feel a giant stands, a mech with heavy pants commands, each step a quake, a thunderous might, eyes aglow in the endless night. A taint beneath, dark and vast, power fierce, shadows cast, a mighty taint beneath its core, a warrior spirit, ancient lore. Welcome Tainted, a lace-up tunic or medieval hoodie. Welcome Tainted, let's talk about color, or should we? Welcome Tainted, thinking outside the blocks. Welcome Tainted, thanks for joining us, you rock! And have your fun whole rocks. Welcome Tainted, enjoy the chronicles of that song. Welcome Tainted, thinking outside the blocks. Welcome Tainted, thanks for joining us, you rock.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for Think Outside the Blocks, your official weekly Brickworld live stream, where we talk to you about thinking outside of the perceived rigidity of the Lego medium, but also thinking outside of your creative mental blocks. I, of course, am one of your hosts, Mark Larson, Chief Brick Officer of Brickworld, and this guy, the guy on my left this week, it's Austiff Bricks, everybody. It's Austiff from Austiff Bricks. There's we go. There's we go.
Yeah.
Throwing a lot of S's in where they don't belong, leaving S's out where they should be. But it's Austiff, everybody. Let's throw some dubs in the chat for Austiff. Thanks for joining us this week. How you doing tonight, sir?
Oh, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me, dude. It's a pleasure.
You're welcome.
To be here.
We're very happy that you could join us. So we usually do a run of show to kind of put together, let people know what we're going to be doing for the night, what our format is for the evening. And today's show is brought to you by the letter P for Pookie. Number one, Pookie's here. Hi, Pookie.
Yes. Hello, Pookie.
Glad you could be here tonight. And second thing we'll be doing is talking about our patrons. It sounds like we're going to be talking about our sponsors and the people that support our stream that we want you to follow as well. And that'll take me a minute because I was handing off a dog. I didn't get to bring up all the sponsors. So we'll chat for a bit while I'm bringing that up. And yeah, sure. Now my dog is being clingy because her best friend left, and she's just like, I thought we were going to go to the PARK. But we didn't go because Matt Husband was supposed to take them to the park, and they got bogged down with work. He's a government compliance attorney, so that has a tendency to happen. And then we'll be talking about pondering new builds. First build, is that right, Austiff? We're going to be talking about MOCs tonight, but you're working on your first. Is that correct?
Yeah, it'd be like my first big boy.
But you've done smaller ones.
Yeah, I did a singular 16 by 16 plate one.
Yeah, that's a MOC.
That was a lot of fun. I'm like, you know what? I want to like big scale this. Sure, I'm probably. Like ignoring all the red tape, but I'm like, it could be fun.
Chunkifying it, we call it. Yeah, you want to chunkify that thing. Yeah, good call. After that, we'll be talking about the Palazzo and GWP. That's our Lego news for the week. We got the Italian Riviera and a GWP that's supposed to come out with that. And then our fifth topic tonight is going to be the psychology of Lego time, how we spend time with Lego and what that does for our mental health. Austiff and I both talk about this topic quite a bit. After that, we'll be talking about possibilities for the future. I slightly changed that one, Austiff, but it's basically the same thing. And number 7 is pretty close, which sounds like a close call to me. And number 8, we'll be talking about next week's show, poor planning, maybe on Z Spouse's part. No, I'm just joking, Z Spouse. It looks like Ben and I will both be out of town next week, so we'll see if we have a show or not next week. But that's the run of show for this evening. Very much so. We'll see if we can find some bench warmers that we fully trust to take over the stream for an evening for us. No offense to anybody if we don't have a show next week. That's awkward. But yeah, you and I have already been talking about this. But how's your week?
It's going. It's been a week. It started out, pretty all right. And then, Superman was, went and saw that probably every day this week, it seems.
Yeah, you've seen it now 10 times, is that right?
9.
Okay.
I'm going to go for my 10th tomorrow.
And you got to get the entire family to go with you the last time you saw it here?
Yeah, that was really nice. I'm just being a good Clevelander,
Yeah.
The movie was filmed here, so I gotta go out and support as much as I can.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, you were telling me that oh god, I just had his name on the tip of my tongue. The guy who played Superman did quite a bit for the people of Cleveland while he was there.
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
What's his name again?
David Cornsweet. Yeah, he did a lot here.
Quite the name, Cornsweet.
Yeah. He could just be an Ohioan in disguise, with all the corn we got here.
So what sort of things did he do for the people of Cleveland while he was there?
So here in Cleveland, we have this, you have the local metropolitan school of the disabled.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a disability per se, but more so like a different ability and different sort of speak. But he decided, he convinced James Gunn and a lot of the other people who were part of the set, like, hey, we're just gonna be some rain actually coming in. They all knew they were doing it, so they were trying to rush.
Yeah.
And then he says, instead of that, why don't we make it as like a community outreach day? So
nice.
They were like, sure, let's do it. So they just went on a whim. David Cornsweet was in a full like Superman getup, and so like all the cast that was there, like you had Hot Girl. I'm not gonna pronounce her name because I can't.
Her name might just be Hot Girl.
But he's also from Cleveland. So
nice.
She had like a connection with the school, where her little brother went to. So they went to that school, and there he let all the kids like touch his suit, his hair, everything. And because they thought he was the real deal.
That is really cool.
So, and then they were able to while the cast and stuff were in the different classrooms, they were behind the scenes. James Gunn and a few other people were able to set up like cable stunts and actually have it so like he was flying around in the gym for some people.
That is really cool. Neat. So Superman really speaks to you. You're a big Superman fan.
Yeah, big DC guy.
Can you pinpoint what it is about Superman that is that gets your fanboy going? What did I say? That was a weird way to ask that.
Because like for me, it's always been like a tie between the Flash and Superman. I could never pick between the two. But
you like fast?
Not so much that, but more so the like anatomy of their heart.
Okay.
They're not like I like Batman. Don't get me wrong, but Batman's very much like what's in it for me. That's like his
brooding sort of.
Yeah. Where Superman, he's just like he doesn't care who you are. You can literally be the most foul scum of the world, and he would still save you regardless. No questions asked.
Yeah.
And he just wants to do what he can to be the right thing. I think it's also a part too is like inspires a lot of hope in a lot of us to just try and be better than we were. I know it's silly being like, yo, this is just a comic book character, dude.
No, not at all.
It's like, when I was into service or whatever, and we were going up I see Nate from Nate Builds is in the chat. He might be able to relate. But when we were out rucking or whatever, for people who don't know, it's just where you get a lot of weight on your back and you go for like a 18-mile hike one day because you think it'd be fun. Excuse me.
I just did the same thing. No worries.
I would be like, I remember I'd just be marching, dude. And I'd be like, dude, what would the Flash do in this situation? Like, would he just quit? Nah, he'd just keep going. And it's just, these characters or whatever, they have a way of like, I don't know, inspiring a lot of us to just be a better version of us, just keep pushing forward. It's like,
that's what I love about you, Austiff. You always get in the feels.
I try, But going back to it, Superman, it's just been really good seeing a lighthearted Superman on screen. Like, I love Henry Cavill's performance. He did great, but the writing wasn't there for like Superman. Superman isn't, Batman shouldn't be telling Clark Kent to be happy.
Yeah.
That's where I'm like, Henry did great with the script he was given, but the writing wasn't there to back him.
Ugh. I was not a fan of that entire line of Superman DC movies even. I'm glad that James Gunn is taking over, but kind of the reboot of Suicide Squad was a little bit too callously violent for me.
Yeah, I think because at that point he wasn't in charge of anything; he was just kind of like hired in. And then once that happened because, okay, let me take over.
Yeah, but those Superman movies, I pretty much found them unwatchable. It's so much so. I mean, I slept through a good portion of them, so I guess that's somewhat unfair. But like when you start hearing him listening to the dialogue of a movie, and you just know this is not great dialogue, it's not going to keep your attention.
Yeah.
But thank you again, of course, for being here tonight. Let's check in with the Tainted, see who's here tonight. Yes. Get Cooped is here. Cool. Pockets Master is here. Stud City is here. Thanks for joining us tonight. Brent's Bricks is here. Right. Good to see you tonight. The Brick Babe is here. Awesome to see you tonight. Lene, thanks for joining us tonight. She just had a great stream right before ours. Rob Claxton is here tonight. Thanks for joining us. Alphonse is here. Z Cerberus, who's this guy? Can I get a crown thing? Yeah, I know you got to work for it. Guess you can't. And it says, ooh, WWCD.
WW?
What would C do? I don't know. I don't know who C is. So not sure. Jazzy Viking Bricks is here. Soup is here this evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. Ron Smith is here, channel member. The Brick Lyrican is here tonight. Amy Schultz, channel member, is here. Alphonse says crowns for people commenting the most. Yeah. And you can steal it from each other. So if you guys don't know what they're talking about, there's a crown in the chat for whoever's who's commenting the most. Now, I stole it from everybody the other night on Copper Valor's live stream by doing a super chat, and it just stuck with me all night because I gave them like $5. So you can also buy it off of people if you talk enough. Trying hard, we'll go for it. You guys, and you can always, besides commenting, you can always like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let's see. Nate Builds, as you said, is here tonight. We got some W's for Austiff. And let's see, Bill Bartley is also here tonight. He says, and Yolo X is here as well. Bill Bartley says, has been okay, hopefully on vacation or something fun. Well, he's hanging out in the chat right now. He might be able to join us tonight. We'll see. Brick Babe says it's a great show that we have planned. He is at a family, what's it called? Family reunion, family vacation with his wife's family. Z Server says that Z Spouse is not listening, so I can blame her for next week all I want. Brickworld Lab says, good evening, everybody. Good to see you tonight. And let's see. So Lene saw Superman for her birthday. She and her daughter went out awesome. In DC, got stuck in some flooding on the way back. The Bishop family is here. Superhawk Bricks is also in the house tonight. And I guess Z Cerberus currently has that crown. Reed is here as well. Thanks, everybody, for joining us tonight. So there we have it. We're just rolling along this evening. It's 7:15, and we are on to our second topic. I'm going to talk about some of our sponsors. And when I call them sponsors, nobody pays us for this. We don't really plan to do any paid promotion. I'd have to see what someone was offering. Austin, we talked a little bit about this. Paid influencers aren't my favorite thing to watch. Yeah. So I mean, there are some Nintendo streams I watch that they are paid influencers. They do have like sponsors, but they'll throw it in a quick break and be like, hey, this stream is brought to you by so-and-so, not really shoving it in our face. But if we're talking about products on here, if we're talking about people, we are talking about people that that we support for free and who we believe in. So let's get started here tonight with one of our biggest supporters, ACOB, a couple of brickheads over on YouTube. Yeah, of course. Yeah, exactly. And he's prolific in tying together parts of the community. He really seems to love, he and Brent both, I should say, Sean and Brent, really love making sure that the community is growing and doing so in an organic way and reaching out to people, connecting people. We also have in the chat tonight, even the Brick Babe, our new streaming bestie. Check out her show. She's at 212 subscribers, a newer channel, and she's live, I think, 3 times a week. She builds with her daughter, Mo, and she does the Random Sunday show. Let's take a look here. Let's see. How often did she go live this week? Midweek Mom and Mo show, the Mom and Mo show. So it looks like, yeah, there's 3 a week. She just finished episode number 17, which was a lot of fun. They're all about 90 minutes, so it's certainly a fun thing to go back and listen to if you're sorting or building. Very easy to listen to. They're very chill. People are mostly hanging out and building, discussing Lego topics. Hey, look, there's me. I was on this show. And Superhawk Bricks over on TikTok. Huge supporters of Brickworld, staff members. They've been running my Instagram, but they also do all the activities at the show. They do a ton of stuff for Brickworld Chicago. Talk about people who love the Lego community. Check out Superhawk Bricks on TikTok and actually all over the place. They have a live stream on YouTube as well, and they have an Instagram account. This guy over here, Brickshell Cases. If you don't know about this, I highly recommend it. Really great way to display some of your bigger sets. Really great way to display your minifigures. I really love what he does with the F1 racers. He builds like posters for them. You can see here he's got stands for ships, so you can kind of swoosh them. He's got the Brickshell Cases for the speed racers. That's not what they're called. Whatever they're called. The car things, cool car stuff. Shop display cases, wall mount displays. I've got this one. It's a 20 figure case that you hang on the wall and has a magnetic front. This is the one I have here, the 20 figure case.
Okay.
And then the Speed Champions, that's what the word I was. Look at this. Isn't that cool? Sweet. If I collected Technicars, I would display them this way. Because you know a lot of those things. You have the UCS Millennium Falcon.
I want it so bad.
Yeah, I do not have it myself. But I purchased, I think, the original one. And built it, and I just didn't know what to do with it because it was so gigantic. It's like basically the size of a coffee table. But he's got all these sorts of ingenious ways to display these things. So here's the giant Millennium Falcon. I think, that is the UCS one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's swooshed on the side, so it takes up a lot less space. See, and then just like a display stand without the case to go around it. Cool stuff. Highly recommend you check it out. It'll enhance your enjoyment of the Lego hobby. K-Town Bricks, big supporter of ours. They do all of our printing for Brickworld Chicago for our custom minifigures. A lot of really great stuff there if you're into Castle, which why wouldn't you be? Most people are. And our charity partners. Check out Bricks of Hope and Little Bricks Charity. If you have the means to give to these charities, they both put Lego sets in the hands of sick children, families with special needs. Creations for Charity is another charity that we support. Check them out. You can donate a creation, you can buy a creation, or you can donate to the organization by PayPal. They have a list of the sponsors. They have a list of the charities that they benefit with their work, and of course, our big charity partners: Lurie Children's Hospital of Chicago, Make-A-Wish Illinois. And of course, the reason Austiff and I are sporting the same haircut, St. Jude. Mm-hmm. And actually, this is your donation page. That's what
I got extended for till that link is all the way up until the New Year's Eve at midnight.
Oh dear Lord, am I gonna have to shave my head again to get people paying attention to it?
We can.
We could. Let's go get your clippers. No, I'm kidding. I am so close to having my mohawk back.
I'm getting there slowly but surely.
Yeah. I was like, you sent me that picture for your thumbnail, and I had taken a screen cap during our meeting, and you were just kind of making sort of a banal face at the time. You were probably in the middle of talking, so I was like, I guess I'll use the one with the longer hair.
Yeah,
not current.
Not too many photos of me actually float around.
Yeah, you got some good ones in the thumbnails. I like what you do with the circle with the logo or the sig fig. I think it's a good idea. I might steal that from you if I can.
Here's the rights.
Thanks, man. You're welcome, appreciate that. Brick Babe, you're welcome. Glad to see you doing so well with the stream. Having fun with the Lego community. Let's see. Amy Schultz says, Kingdom matches the ad I received the most. Oh, there shouldn't be ads playing during this. Oh, Z Serber says, I missed this. When I need money for a Lego purchase, I play Quick Tournament on Solitaire Cash, which isn't a scam and isn't legalized gambling. Okay. Interesting. We've never talked about that one before. Karma's Lovin' Backhand is back. Thanks for joining us tonight. Happy Monday to Lego Team B. Yep. Glad to see you here tonight, Lego Team B. Brick Dynasty is also here tonight. That's not there. There they are. And thanks from the future, says Lego Team B. Lego Team B, I don't know if you met them, Chris and Jess at Brickworld Chicago. They certainly make their way around. They love meeting people. So I would not be surprised if you didn't meet them. But they are from Australia, and they go to pretty much every Lego convention in the world. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but I'm going to stick to that.
Yeah.
And that was sarcasm. What was sarcasm? I can't tell with you.
Lego Team B, they recognized me right out the gate. I was just talking to the front desk, and then I just heard someone say my name. I'm like, huh? I'm like, oh, hey, it's you guys. It's on.
All right, Bishop family missed the opening. Who is our guest? Why don't you introduce yourself, Austiff? Tell the people who you are.
Well, I'm Austin. I'm just a guy. You know, I play with Lego every now and again. Sometimes I spend a ridiculous amount of money on custom minifigures. Yeah, I'm just a dude.
Austiff's tagline is just a simple man.
Yeah, just a simple man indeed.
Sounds like how I introduce myself. I'm Mark. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, it's like I'm just this dude on a good day. That's all.
All right. So our next topic this evening is pondering new builds, first build. So you ready to talk about what you're working on?
Yeah, I don't have like anything like set in stone yet. I'm still ordering up some parts. You know, some good mentors, you know, are kind of like guiding me through it. You got Nate from Nate Builds, Cole,
okay.
Lego Men 360.
Yeah.
And then you got Tree Squadron, Kennedy.
Well, you know? Real quick, on this show, before you start talking about your mock, we got to walk you up with a song. And while we don't have a walk-up song for you, I'm going to play one of my favorites because you're a Star Wars and it's a Star Wars.
There's a Luke, a Leia, a Han, and a Chewie, Stormtroopers, Rancor, Boba Fett, and Yuakui, Obi-Wan, Tornaker, C-3PO, come on. Do you believe in Star Wars, bro? 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 Do you believe in Star Wars, bro?
That was you might not get a lot of those jokes because they kind of came out of just organically on here. And it turns out Ben does Star Wars, so it wasn't even accurate. I'm more the one that doesn't Star Wars so much, but I used to.
Come on, bro.
Also, it's just kind of the phase we were in where I would just ask Chat GPT to make pictures of guys with big pecs. Al Goff is here this evening. We have a first question for you from the Tainted. Z Cerberus, sounds like a nice guy, asks, are you a Scorpio?
What's that?
It's a birth sign, my friend.
Oh, shoot. I don't even know what mine is.
What's your birthday?
June 12th.
June 12th, you're a Cancer. I
All
believe.
Right, so I guess
I
I'm
may
a
be
Cancer
wrong.
then.
Let me check this out. Hold on one second. June 12th, birth sign. Because I think it's later in the month that it switches over. You're Gemini.
Okay. Project Gemini, NASA, right on. Let's go.
Yeah, you're all over it. So Lego Team B says, yes, that was us screaming Austiff in the house in the reception of the Rennie. Superhawk asks, do you even Star Wars, bro? Austiff certainly does. Old Man of the Bricks is here. Thanks for joining us tonight. All right, so you are working on.
Oh, yes.
Your first mock. Your first big mock.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm still trying to figure out the scaling. It's either going to be like 2 gray base plates long or 2x3. I know, very big like gap, but
you got the same. You got the same birthday as Ben's son. That means you celebrated your birthday at Brickworld Chicago this year, huh?
Yes, I did. You gave me a Modelo.
I did do that.
Yeah, because we went on a little epic side quest, you know, to the hotel bar, and then hey, can we get a drink? And then the lady's like, sorry, we're closed, but clearly they're still serving people. It's like, I was about to be like, do you know who this man is? Or this man? Do you know who this man is? I was about to, throw down. Like, look, my friend.
Yeah.
This is a guest of honor you have in your hotel.
Yeah, they don't serve liquor specially for me. The outside of the event center, nobody knows who I am.
I know who you are.
Alphonse says at least it wasn't the open bar at the charity auction. Well, you know what? There isn't an open bar at the charity auction. And so hopefully you paid for your drinks unless we gave you a drink ticket. But that also, at the charity auction, they had the time wrong. And when we told them they had the time wrong, they packed up and left anyway. That was fun. Show them your hotel button. Well, it is upstairs.
Oh, you have the R? I'm so jealous. Every year I ask them for one. They're like, no. I'm like,
that's how I get
on you.
That's how I get from one place to the other in less than 30 minutes. Because otherwise, it would just be I'd be stopped by people every 5 feet or so, and sometimes I just got to move quick. So I go through all the back hallways. You went with me through the back hallway, didn't you? Okay, somebody else.
I hope to this upcoming year. That'd be fun.
Alphonse meant cash bar. Sorry, but yes. Oh, show them my button at the bar. Yeah, they should have actually paid attention to it at the bar. I might have had my White Sox jersey on though at that point. So you're building.
No, because
no, I was still
your
in
White Sox jersey was on at the last night.
Oh, I wore it every night.
Oh,
I wore that every night when I was done with work.
Undercover.
Yeah. I was much more undercover this time with less costume pieces. So you're talking about you're planning ahead and you're thinking about what size it's going to be.
Yeah.
Which is a good general rule to have. My advice would be unsolicited. Don't worry about the base plates. Don't confine yourself to the base plates. Once you're building, if you go outside those 2 base plates, keep going. Get another base plate.
Because my thing is like travel. Because I want to take it to Brickworld next year.
Yes.
So I also have to keep in mind, like, okay, what's the max capacity I can have to safely transport these without everything breaking?
Yes.
And that's like the one thing I'm like, well, if I do like the modular route, I can do some of the buildings with Technic pins to connect. And then, I'll just make little wooden boxes where each base plate can slide into and just shove that with bubble wrap.
100%. So I took a packaging class in college and I know how to take a sheet of cardboard and turn it into the box that I want. And I keep saying I'm going to do a presentation on this and I never do. Maybe that's something I can get done this summer. Because it's like, and you're driving, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about packing this in a suitcase. I brought a really huge monorail station to Brickworld one year when I was living in California. I fit the entire thing in a suitcase, just in a few different size shoe boxes. Now I didn't bring a lot of clothes with me, but also I was able to use any article of clothing I did use to stop stuff from shifting around. It was basically I just used it as padding. Let's see. Just realized there's no VMAC attack tonight. Yeah, he was supposed to co-host with us, but then he ended up having a camping trip with his family that he forgot about.
Now you're stuck with me.
To disassemble and reassemble. Yep, that's definitely the way to go. Modular is the best way to go, especially with your subject matter. I think it's really easy to do modularly. Stud Sidious is here tonight. Welcome back. Good to see you now. It's actually Fan Wars now. Keyboard heroes from Gen X arguing millennials via socials on which trilogy is best. Oh yeah, I got into that on Brick Hive on Friday night. Let's see. Alphonse says modular is the way to go. A mock right now packed with a pantry charity in Franklin, Indiana, August 9th. Indie Lug in 3 small Lowe's moving boxes. Yeah. Sticking to a certain size as you build too is a good technique. It's not always easy. I accidentally, one year, and Ben helped me out with this when I was trying to get it onto the table. I had modular rockwork, and I accidentally built it together somewhere. God only knows where. And I was like, well, I got to just throw this in a tub and throw it on top of everything else. And I needed help getting it. It was just huge and hard to move. And so I needed help getting it out of the box. VMAC is off camping with Sonic. That is correct. Old Man in the Brick says, White Sox, yuck. Hey, excuse me. First of all, who said White Sox? Oh, yeah, we did. Go Royals. Frank Thomas once broke 2 of my fingers. Nice. I'd like to hear that story. Tried to catch here it is. Tried to catch a home run of his with my ring and pinky fingers bent in ways not traditionally considered acceptable. Yuck Royals. Take that. Anyway. They just swept the Pirates. They had their first sweep in several years, but they swept the series against the Pirates. So I love the feeling. I wish we could continue that. I don't think we can. It hasn't been our luck lately.
That's where I'm at right now. Because I'm a Baltimore guy, and this is a rougher season.
Yeah.
A lot of injuries, and then out of nowhere, front office is like, oh yeah, let's fire our GM. Let's also fire so many other people.
Yeah, we're rebuilding like crazy. There's a player I really like. His name is Tim Elko. He's playing first base now. The first game he played, they called him up from the minors. We get people from Charlotte for whatever reason. There's all sorts of feeder teams around here for the Cubs, but the Sox go down to Charlotte. They sent him back 3 times before they finally left him on the roster, just because they've been making so many changes. They got the money now, though. I mean, they got the budget. They're playing around with it. finally Reinsdorf is loosening the purse strings a little bit to try to make it a better team. They've actually been exciting to watch, even though they're still losing and so they have a terrible record. The games are still fun to watch, and when they need to, they've been playing good defense. So it looks like they've got some good management going. Anyway, back to Naboo. Did you even say it's Naboo that you're building?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have like a general drawing out for it. Not sure if that's legible at all, but that's kind of what we're hoping for.
General drawings are good. I start with drawings as well. Do you use Studio at all? Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I do every now and again. But this one, I just wanted to do it more traditional and just what my fingers and pieces do to magic. Just, start building up a part collection with it. And,
Sweet.
And, if I order pieces that don't work, great. I can use it for the next build somewhere along the line. But, yeah, where's my... Oh, over here. Oh, okay. This is right here. It'll be like the gateway into the city, so that's where the MOCs begin.
Yeah.
Like a bar. That's where I'll put like all the sig figs I have from over the years. Put them in there, just absolutely getting turned. Then I have like a little hotel above it, and somehow if I can incorporate an R somewhere for the Rennie, I'll do that.
Nice.
And then here's gonna be kind of difficult. This is where I'm hoping where Buddy Nate can help me out. So it's gonna be like this archway. Oh shoot, This is hard.
You're there.
It'll like
you're doing
curve. Great. It'll curve behind there. Then it'll be like little apartments. And when you walk behind the building, you can kind of see some apartments.
That's awesome.
Like a bigger building with some statue boys right here.
Yeah.
There. Yeah, right here. And then this is gonna be like a little Easter egg area to prototype Boba Fett, because he wasn't actually in Star Wars, so it could be anyone in my mind.
Or episode 1, you mean?
Yep. And then just have like little clone tanks, TX-130s, just chilling in like a little garage area.
Yeah.
And have like a little Overwatch for the Jedi and wherever commander will be there.
Yeah, that side on the right is like the iconic sort of Naboo cityscape. That's like what I think of. I was not able to find the mock that I built for FBTB back in the early 2000s, but I did a little Naboo playset. It was probably on like a 16 by 32 plate base plate, but it was one of the first things that I was inspired to build from the prequel trilogy.
Oh, right on. Then it's gonna be kind of like made up battle in my mind with these guys, the Forgotten Legion. Let's see if I can. Oh.
Yeah, to pretend your face doesn't exist. There he is.
Yeah, there I am. But this was just concept art. Never made it to actual canon. So I'm like, you know what?
Oh, cool.
So this whole entire thing is just going to be like the security forces in Naboo are like, yo, we need help. We've caught wind of like an attack being planned on us by the CIS. And so the Republic's like, you know what? We'll send out a detachment of these boys to train up your security forces to help you fight.
Oh, I love that. I love that you have a story in mind already, because that seems to be a little bit of the problem I have when I get my mock to a show and I start putting the figures on it. It's like I just kind of put them randomly sitting around and staring at each other because I don't have much of a story set up first. Yeah. And I think that's the one thing I need to work on is minifigure interaction, especially when I've got like big colorful characters like the Fabuline figures that I use. Stud Sidious wants to know if you know your birthstone.
No.
All right. I don't know that offhand either, but I suppose it's an important question. Let's see. June 11th birthstone.
12th.
June 12th. That's what I meant. Alexandrite, apparently. But yeah, as Stud Sidious just said, there's like 3 of them.
What's an Alexandrite?
June 12th. I don't know. Pearl, Moonstone, and Alexandrite.
What color is it?
Let's see. Let me share this. Let me share my screen with everybody. Boing, 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 boing. Show and tell. So these are your birthstones. Pearl and Alexandrite, but also Moonstone. So let's check this one. Pearl, Alexandrite, Moonstone. You've got cool ones. Mine's opal.
I just know Moonstone from Elder Scrolls, so I'm happy.
Yeah, there we go. This is pretty. That's a prettier way to look at it. Let's see. Old Man of the Bricks laughs out loud and says, we're all good. My son is actually going to Chicago tomorrow to see the Royals, but they are playing the Cubs. Yeah. At least we don't like the Cubs. Stetsy says all of a sudden every month there's 3 birthstones that used to be just one, like the OG lightsabers. Just one color. Yep, got it. You can't have a lightsaber if you don't know your crystal. Z Cerberus is topaz, he thinks. And Algoff is pink, June 11th. It's pink, June 11th. Yeah, it's weird because June 11th came up with a different. Oh, it still says Alexandrite, but yeah, there is some weird. Anyway, I don't know how we got on this, but here we are.
Happens.
So Studsy says, I asked because I recently bought my niece earrings and all of a sudden she had 3 birthstones. Oh, interesting. Let's click the brick babe again. Hey, follow this person.
Yes.
I just need, and mostly it's just I need light back on my face here. So do you have any prototypes for this? Have you put any bricks together, or are you just kind of like in the very early planning stages?
Very early, because like, the great thing with being, very sporadic is, by the time all these pieces show up, like, dude, I just saw something, I want to do that instead. But I definitely know I want to do this because it's just so cool.
Yeah.
Just like the colors, it's very vibrant. Then having like the sand red color of the clones would really bring 100%. Out a lot of color too.
I love the idea of seeing a Naboo mock because you don't see it done a lot. I mean, you see a lot of ships. Most Star Wars builders like build ships, and like you see some locations, like there were a lot of Jedi temples at the last couple of Brickworld Chicago's.
Yeah,
Brickworlds in Chicago, however you say that, which I thought were really good, really interesting. I know, right? The I'm thinking one in particular. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was either Rebel Lug or Orphan Lug. I think they display together a lot as well. Had a really great. Giant like desert scape with all the ships landing on the Mesa towers and like so he's June 12th and so is Ben's son. You're June 11th, Al, is that right? Let's see. I ask because Austiff didn't know his birth sign either. Carry on. Topaz is November.
All I know is my name's Austin.
No, definitely boo Cubs. I dated a Cub fan once. Dear God, that was awful. Oh man, I lived in like a mile away from Wrigleyville for 6 years, and just like every baseball season, as the pale pre-pubescent beast would just roam in from the suburbs, I'd be like, no, not this again. Padawan HQ is here. Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. Appreciate you being here. Bed for me. Hope you 2 beautiful dudes are doing well. Same with you, sir. Thank you so much.
I have something for him right here.
Oh yeah.
Bring him back up. Bring him back up.
Bring him back up. Bring him back up. There he is. Found him.
Mm-hmm.
Aw. I could do it. That's for you, Padawan. And that's for everybody.
Yeah.
How do they just come up out of nowhere?
I have special powers. I actually have this this little board underneath my desk with like pedals, and I have it assigned every reaction.
Oh, cool.
I'm joking.
So that's smart.
No, I don't have that, but
you're not smart. No, yeah, there is a button. I have seen it before.
Yeah,
that you can do them directly from. Yeah, that's smart. Yeah. Well, good for you. Good for being smart. Alphonse says, okay, wait. Stud City says it gets confusing because I'm July, but born on the cusp, so I'm Cancer and Leo. It's out of control now. Alphonse says, I liked White Sox Stadium better. Yes. Cubs Stadium is much more accessible, close to train stations, of course. Getting out of it's the friendly confines. Getting out of the White Sox Stadium was a nightmare of a walk. Yes, it can definitely be that. They do have the Uber station now, though, which is good. And then if you drive with somebody, there's quicker ways to get out of there. Lego Team B says, Hearts for Padawan HQ, you're making me sick. Oh.
I gotta be honest with you here. Me and Padawan shared a room for like 10 days. Same bed, we were butt to butt the whole time.
Lego Team B, he's got enough love for everyone.
Lego Team B, I have something just for you. Are you ready?
This is for Lego Team B. Oh yeah, we can do this. And balloons for Lego Team B.
A combo here.
Yeah, and some confetti. I like thunderstorms. I don't like giving people thumbs down, but I think rain is awesome. So that's also for you, Lego Team B. It's like being half Sith, half Jedi. Being half Leo, half Cancer. It's like being half Sith, half Jedi. Which one's the Sith? The Leo?
Oh no.
Yes. Yes, the Sith is the Leo. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I'm Scorpio. I'm a Sith.
Heck yeah. I'm something.
I'm a Slytherin Sith.
Well, Harry Potter. I see.
Yeah. Now we've gone way off the rails. I can talk a little bit about what I built this week.
Yeah.
And then we can move on to the Lego news, and then we'll move on to Lego mental health after that. Let's see. When Ben's here, this goes a little bit faster because he's better at catching. Got it.
All right, here we have it.
Sorry, I was having a mid-sesh dance party.
That is definitely the easiest song to dance to out of any of them. That is Ben wrote that for my walk up, and I do love it. I believe Latin dance pop band is what he used as the prompt for that. Got some new comments here. Thomas Bagola is here. Thanks for joining us tonight. Jessica Hendricks is also here tonight. She's Team Libra. Chris Schrader is here. Hey, Chris Schrader, how are you doing? This is the guy who did the brick caricatures at Brickworld Chicago. Stud Cydia says, I love a good rainstorm. I hope hurricane as long as it's not too strong. See, Cerberus says, should be easy to leave the White Sox game. Don't the 5 people attending leave in the 5th inning? That's why it's easier to leave nowadays. Yes, correct. I can relate, Mark. I love rain and thunderstorms. Thank you. My family was the type that if there was a tornado warning, we would all go to the garage and hope that we could see the tornado. And then when I went to college, all my friends, we ended up getting the people I met and hung out with my freshman year. We got a floor together in another dorm sophomore year. And so when there would be tornado warnings, we'd be like, do we have to go to the basement? They'd be like, no, you go wherever you want. But if you stay in the building, you've got to go to the basement. So we'd leave and we go check things out. And then we realized that if we went up to the top floor where the laundry room was, and there was like a lookout over campus, we could see tornadoes if we're going to see them. There was only one time we got to see tornadoes, and there were it's a bit of a valley in Bloomington Normal area where it's tough for them to touch down for some reason. That's what people always said, but we saw 3 funnel clouds like bouncing, and they never touched down. They just kept going kind of up and down, and very, very interesting. And if you've ever seen a tornado in real life, they don't always just come down from the cloud. They start somewhere in the middle and the top, and kind of like all the tendrils like meet together. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Padawan's still here. Says, thanks to Mark and Brickworld, I've become the one thing I never wanted to be, a mocker. Good. Oh, that's awesome. I love to hear that. We're trying to get Sean from ACOB to build a mock as well. Nate Builds is here. Thanks for joining us tonight. Stud City says, UK and Irish weather is awesome. And Padawan says, Stud, UK weather is awful. Oh, Nate Build says, amen. Glad to have you on board. Yay, cool. Fun times. All right, so let me fix my camera here and take a look at this. Not sure you've seen this before, but I did. You'll get this when you start building your Naboo mock. When you're putting work in, sometimes you think you're doing great, and then you get done, and you're not much further along because a lot of it's a lot of busy work getting a mock together. And I didn't have time to clean up my table before this. So people who were watching this last week probably won't notice too much of a difference. That's usually the case with me because I have a tendency to take everything apart, build it back together, and you're going to see huge evidence of that this week. Because this roof has been kind of a conundrum for me in how to build it. So I didn't take it apart and put it back together, but this is a different roof that was on here last week. I took the roof that was on the front and put it on the back because I wanted more of the darker lavender in there. This is my dungeon crossing mock, which we talked about thoroughly last week, so I'll move that out of the way. God, I wish I had an open. Oh, I do have a bin. All right, cool. I'm going to make some noise for a second. Let's make some noise. Not like that, though. I'm just going to make some everyone's least favorite noise. And actually, the dog might leave the room. So she doesn't like sometimes when I'm building, I'm getting aggravated with things and I swear. And so she leaves when I say the F word. She leaves when I take the Lord's name in vain. So I try not to do that, and I try to be a little like she'll get up, and I'll be like, "Hi, baby. I'm not mad.
I
I
did
love
nothing
building with
wrong.
Lego." Exactly. But there's a certain way that I sort or that I dig through bins too that's made her start leaving the room lately. So redid
That roof is
that
so
roof, built this side higher,
Mhm.
and then
Dormers.
completed the roof all the way around. And I set up all last night. I actually got to work on this for 3 days this week. I set up all last night, making sure I had all the panels together, and then realized that I mathed wrong and I don't have this panel here.
Oh no, not the dormers.
I know, I know. And I'm like, and it's funny. We'll talk about this when we talk about mental health. When I've got a trip coming up,
Mhm.
it feels like the end of everything. And I'm just like, well, I'm not going to be here next week. So if I don't finish this now, I'll never build it. Like that 1 week interruption is got me down for some reason.
Yeah.
This different lock here.
What happened?
Shove this over in this pile here. And so, I mean, my big plan was to get to the outline of the roof and then work on the, you see, I got the parts out here to work on this, on some of the vegetation. But what ended up happening, come on, focus.
Focus, young one.
All right, I gotta look and see where I'm tapping. Hold on. There. There we go.
Look at that.
So I got this last week. This was all kind of like the wall ended here because I was trying to envision how tall this wall was going to go before the roof hit it.
Yeah.
And it was way off. So I was able to get that done. And we have like a little bit of a conundrum on the opposite side of the roof where this smaller roof gets in the way. So I just copied it because I'm like, I'm not going to worry about exactly where the lines are going to be seen. I'm just going to build this exact thing. I think after I see this like this, there's a column here. I might get something a little bit more rough and rounded out here because this looks a little bit like gingham to me.
No, it's giving like some Tudor-esque vibes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. And that I'm definitely going for that. There's going to be a chimney here. It's going to be built out of stone. And I think that's kind of like where I found myself kicking myself this week was I feel like I'm going to end up pulling the entire house off and moving it over. This used to be, this was built on rockwork that was this much taller and like it was over the swamp, but then I shortened it. And now I think I'm just going to pick the entire thing up and move it over. I think I have enough where I can grab it and pull it off this way without causing too much damage. There's just some good structure under here. But then pulling off some of the back here and putting it back inside the mock. Oh, here. So I started doing the outline of the roof, and it's much more difficult than I thought. You have a tendency to think like, oh, I've just got to outline the roof. I'll do that real quick. But to get to hide all these seams in here, I'm using some black brick on a Technic beam here. And I got to this point and was like, I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing, and I may have to revisit the technique I'm using. And then, like I said, I did this, and this is the tree that I can't wait to work on more. It's based off a bald cypress. I call it comb over cypress because I don't have enough leaves on it yet. But yeah, I basically just started like copying the entire roof from the other side to this side so that I wouldn't have to worry about like figuring out all the little nuances of where that all sits. So we got a copy of the roof up to that point. I just finished filling in the rest of it so I can do that again this week. And then just kind of like as I've gone through and taken this apart so many times and put it back together, it's very hard to take apart at this point.
Yeah.
Because I've got all these things locked in together. I see this is sunk a little bit and it's not connecting to that window anymore. That's going to drive me nuts. I think this is too low. I see. I have to bring up the roof another plate. But anyway, that is the work I did this week.
I love the figgy placement right there.
Thank you. That's Victor.
It's just like the way he is placed, it just it fills that section.
Yeah.
It's very like minute sizing or whatever, but it fills it in. It's like, oh, this is his home.
One of the things I figured out soon after I started building it, and I picked up the character and put him in there, is specifically built for a crocodile because of our Lego Crimes episodes. And so this is Victor. Typically, Fabuland characters use alliteration in their names, so he's actually Clive Crocodile. But this is Victor, so we're changing that that tradition or whatever, and naming him Victor. But when I put him in front of the house, come on, when I put him in front of the house, I realized he almost like disappears because I made him basically the same.
Yeah, I see now. Yeah,
I based the color scheme for the house off of him. So putting him off to the side is definitely necessary. And as somebody suggested last week, I make a swamp boat for him. So I make it some other gators and his family here, just to have some other stories going on. Like we were saying, you've got a good story set up for yours. So placing minifigures should be not only easy but fun for you because you have an entire story that you're telling there with like vehicles and stuff. So I think once I get the you can kind of see like the swamp kind of curves in back there.
Yeah.
That's why, and the chimney is going to come off this way, and be kind of like a big rock chimney that's kind of built into a big hunk of rock. And so I feel like either I'm going to add some base plates over here, but I feel like since that spot's so empty, I can just kind of move the entire thing over, get trees on both sides, and this specific tree, build a couple more of those, and I go from there. So lots of work to be done. I did realize that like I switched also the spot where the roof connects to the house, and I broke some you know how brown is brittle and there was some problems with like dark red and it cracks when you take it off, especially using one of the newer brick separators. I broke the mixel joints that I was holding that were holding the roof in place.
Oh no.
I've never done that before. I was just like, what is causing light bluish gray, specifically in mixel joints, to be brittle?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to go up from here even further, and that's really gonna lock off my ability to, because right now I can just get in there and fix stuff by lifting that up. But as soon as I start building that up, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult. Maybe something I leave off until it's on the table at a show.
Yeah.
Just so I can, because I've got like a big tap light in there. It doesn't seem to light it the way I want it to. So I do want to get some actual lighting in there. And so this should be temporary for now. Otherwise, I'm going to drive myself crazy trying to get the lighting in there without that. So,
right on. I like it because it's funny. You're doing this, and like the last few weeks, I've been really, I guess it kind of ties in with like mental health or whatever. There was this. We moved around a lot as growing up. I think by the time I was like halfway through high school, we moved like 38 or 37 times.
What?
Yeah. And
was it military family or?
Nope.
No, that's right. We've had this conversation before. I thought you were going to say no.
And it was like, there's always this one house that I think we stayed there the longest, but I enjoyed it the most. And I would like to build that, and that'd be so cool.
That's a great idea.
That'd just be like, not like do like interior of it, but just like, if I could figure out a way to put Ma and Pa stiff, and brother and sister stiff, all sitting on like the patio, I think that'd be kind of fun.
And I used to run an inspiration workshop at Brickworld Chicago, or a presentation, and the what's it called? That was some of the advice. I actually learned it from one of the people attending the workshop. It was like, if you're doing your first build and you can't come up with an idea, build a copy of your childhood home. So I think that's a great way to get started. Now you're starting with Naboo, which is a much bigger fish to fry, I would say.
Yeah. And like, I was even tossing around, like, I don't want to spoil anything from the movie, but there's one scene in the new Superman that like I can walk there in like 10 minutes.
Oh, sweet.
If I wanted to. So it's like I don't have to worry about, surfing the internet for pictures or whatever. I can literally just walk there.
Go and do your own photo.
Yeah.
That's really awesome. There was, when they did the Transformers movies, they used the Jewelers Building downtown Chicago, doing it for a live build for like a smaller town's like big radio festival that they have every year, and they have a Lego movie for the kids, so they want a Lego activity, and we built we basically built that building, but like we pretended it was the local toy store.
Okay.
So it was this tower, and so it was the toy store, but it looked like the jeweler's building, and then
that's cool.
Built all the pieces and we stacked them together. So, and then
really neat.
Matt husband and I dropped it trying to get it off the stage.
No.
So we can go like relax and have dinner somewhere because we've been out in the sun all day.
Yeah.
That was the first weekend that Matt and I told each other that we loved each other.
Oh.
And it was mostly because we dropped a giant skyscraper and the kids started crying, and we both kind of looked at each other and shrugged like, well, gravity's already done what it does. So
yeah,
we'll just have to fix this later. All right. So we got some comments in the meantime. Oh, I like this one. Old Man in the Bricks is a Taurus. I love Tauruses. Someone tells me they're Taurus, I'm like immediate friends. And you could always trust them to be honest. I'll tell you that much. Brutally honest. Doubly celebrate May the 4th be with you. Precisely 3 weeks older than the original 5/25/77 Star Wars release. That's awesome. Austiff is in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Stud City says you don't need AC that much. He loves it. Z-Server says that my build looks exactly the same. Let's see. Last week I had built the roof taller than it had ever been. He's like, I don't see anything different. I'm like, oh my God, I put so much work into this week.
Yeah.
I still do want to change the color of the door though. I forgot about that. Damn it. Now that I'm looking at it. Hi, sweetheart.
Hi.
The Mirkwood. Hi, right? The Mirkwood and Mordor weather. Z-Server says, roof looks amazeballs on my phone. Thank you. Appreciate that. Alphonse says, Make Some Noise is an awesome game show on Dropout. I'll have to check that out. Stud City says that roof detail is awesome. Ideas usually dumbs down roof work on submission for parts count budget. I'm just like, if they would make these, if they would make the half circle tile in these colors, that would help me a lot. I'm all like, like, put them on wrong. Oh, Brick Dad Builds is here tonight. Thanks for joining us. Rivendell's set had an amazing roof, hence the price. Brick Dynasty says last episode of Lego Crimes was legendary. Thank you. It was really dark. Austin, did you catch any of that?
I've been working through it on replay this past.
Okay.
I would say the past week, but as I told you behind the scenes, this week's been a mess. But
I hear you.
There's a good. I got some good humor from it.
Good. Glad to hear that. It's a it was hard to laugh at that one because we went so dark with our crimes. Stud City says the new Italian Riviera idea set had an amazing roof as a submission, not so much anymore. A lot about that changed. I'm gonna have to try to find the original idea submission because that's one of the things I wanted to talk about tonight. So please tell me you've seen the Goonies.
Of course.
Okay.
Goonies.
Stud says it's a stiff. Miss Labricta is here. Childhood Home was one of my first big MOCs. Alphonse says there's a big dirt lot over near Wacker in Washington that our office overlooks several films, used it for stashing things like Rocks, Rampage, and a few others that filmed in Chicago. Wacker in Washington, is that the one that used to be a golf course or the one that they were going to build the spire on? No, Washington's too far south for that. Wait, no, it's not. I think that is the same area. Brick Dad built because the spire is where the giant hole in the ground is because they dug the foundation for this giant building. It was going to be a spire that kind of like rotated. The floors rotated up as it went, so everybody had green space, and they never built it. Love the work that's gotten done. Looks great. Thank you, Brick Dad. So Stutsia says it's a stiff. Now do the truffle shuffle, my man. Let's see.
If you want me to do the truffle shuffle, we might be able to do it. Not now.
All right.
Maybe at the very end. That could be a reward.
Okay. If you make it all the way through the stream, and whoever has the crown, you'll do it for them. So the MSTAA corn is just here for the algorithm, and I can't tell you how much we appreciate that. Have a good time talking Lego. Thank you, and thanks for wishing us well. And the other thing you can do if you like the algorithm is you can like and subscribe. And why not? Hitting buttons is fun. Hit the like button. You can subscribe and turn on notifications, and it'll let you know when we're going live, even the times when it's 1 a.m. and I'm like, I should go on and play Animal Crossing. People will love that at 1 a.m. If your notifications are on, you'll get a notification at 1 a.m. that I'm playing Animal Crossing drunk. Fun. So there we have it. That's our MOCs. Let's see. Stud City says it's the best chunk quote.
Yes.
And Stud City says he's too lean for the shuffle.
Maybe. You never know.
We'll talk about that a bit too, because you and I are the only two people I know. You talked about this in your video about the future of Austiff bricks.
Mm-hmm.
I also feel like a string bean and have felt so my entire life.
Yeah.
And I've tried really hard to put mass on, and my body just doesn't carry it.
Mm-hmm. My thing is just, I'll wait till we go down that rabbit hole.
All right, because we're doing Lego news next. So yeah, we'll gear ourselves up for the mental health stuff all at once. The MSTAA corn. Gotta be an easier way to MSTA. I'm going to call you MSTA if that's okay. You know, I typically don't when I pop in random streams, but will do. Have a great day, man. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that a lot. Are you a Lego person? Or are you literally just like finding the algorithm told you should watch this and you came in to be a nice YouTube watcher? Thank you.
Either way, it's great.
Stud City is still here. Glad you're sticking around. I'll sell half my purple crown for a good GWP. Well, I'm not sure we have that with this either. So let's move on to the Lego news here. Here's the run of show for anybody who doesn't remember what we're talking about. We just got through pondering new builds and first build. Add it to the stage, my man. There we go. Now we're going to talk about the Palazzo and the GWP. So I'm going to have to do some work here because I'm not really prepared. Because Ben's not here. He usually does this stuff and has it already. I panic when I'm like, uh-oh, I have close calls. I just don't have the slide set up. So we'll see how that's going to go tonight. So MSDAA says, I dabble in Lego, to be honest. It probably over-recommends it for me, but I still love to see it. Hey, great. Maybe one of these days we can convince you to come out to our show, Brickworld Chicago, in June. Maybe you'll become that much of a Lego fan if you just keep seeing these live streams. Stud says YouTube with these crowns. I know. Way to make people freak out more on social media. It got a lot of comments for our Animal Crossing live stream on Wednesday night. They were going all night trying to get their crown. Z-Service, can I come in for this? Yeah, you can come in whenever you want. You're a co-host. You have the login. Please, absolutely join us. And here is, look, I'm halfway there. It's lego.com. Now I'm going to go to the shop. Maybe once Z-Cerberus comes in, he can find the original idea submission for us, because I would like to talk about that. Oh, there's a couple other close calls I was going to do that I didn't have the time for. Thomas Bigola says, Austin, you in Ohio? The Superman comment had me wondering. You're very close to Cleveland, are you not?
Very close, yep.
While I'm looking for this, what's the update on the house damage? How's everything going with that?
So I'm actually here, where it is. It affected the other end, so I was very thankful there. Insurance and everything all kind of came through relatively quick, within like a 3 to 4 week turnaround max. It's because where I am at, ideally, there's a lot of construction crews.
Yeah,
central hub here, so they're able to get in relatively quick. But the garage is still gone. But that's getting back.
For those of you who don't know, I shouldn't laugh about this.
Go for it. It's funny.
The neighbor's house, Austiff's neighbor, had a gas explosion. Oh, that's right. A Breaking Bad explosion. A Breaking Bad explosion. So, Brick Dad Builds is always on top of it. He sent it to my phone. All right, so let's see. So got that coming. So look at us. So let's take a look at these stats here. Thank you, Brick Dad Builds. You're amazing. It is how many pieces? 3,251 for $299.99. That's a pretty good price per parts ratio. I thought this was exciting at first, for sure. And there's the idea submission. So we'll get to that in a minute. Italian Riviera, I'm going to put that right next to the idea submission, because then we'll get excited about it. Then we'll talk about this. I like the colors used. Actually, this isn't a bad parts pack for you for Naboo.
Yeah, very vibrant.
Nice.
And I like the ingots for the shutters.
I really like the ingots for the shutters. That's a great way to do that in a small amount of space. I was really inspired by going to Italy last year and tried to build an orchard house kind of based off of everything I did. And I was just everything I saw. Sorry. And I was just overwhelmed by all of it, trying to shove too many ideas into one mock. And I was like, but I want this pretty color and this pretty color. And I'm like, the shutters should be like 4x6.
Yeah.
And it just got out of control really fast. The ingots are like a nice, simple solution there.
Workaround. Yeah.
So we got, let's see here. Chris Schrader says Brickworld will change your life. You'll never be the same again. Brick Dad Build sent me that link that I just opened up. Appreciate that a lot. Thomas Bagola says 20 minutes from Sandusky. Thomas Bagola is nice and near you. MSTAA, like, no offense to anybody else, but this is a one of my new favorite members here. Anyway, do need to head to bed, but good chatting. We'll definitely be coming to more streams in the future. Okay, great. And yes, most just call it Mista. Oh, Mista. I like saying it that way too. Well, cool. Thank you for joining us tonight. It's very nice to meet you. Karma's Loving Backhand says, is this a set with the bright light blue air tanks? We'll find out shortly. I'm not sure. Stud City says, break bad. Yeah, it broke real bad. And Austiff was out on a run, and it happened right before he got home. Like, he saw it happen. Yeah. And did they, was it like the lab was out of, no one was using it at the time and something else blew up, or were they in there with it?
I can give you I can give you the whole backstory. It's great. It's funny. Not really. But so basically what happened is, I'm not going to say their name. They were a very sweet couple, and they left because they had their first child. Congratulations to them. And so they sold their house that day.
This story just took a dark turn. They have a baby now. They just blew up a house with meth lab.
Oh, they didn't do it. They didn't do it.
Okay.
So the family that was there, they sold their house. Okay. But the house is empty for like a week or two. So another couple illegally came into this house because they knew it was empty, and that's where they were making the good. They were making that bag there. And so they signed the closure, all the statements and stuff to sell the house that day. And so this young couple is left with the remnants.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I'm like, what are the chances?
At this point, 100%. But I bet you they're pretty low. I'll ask Hal what he says. Hal's our ChatGPT assistant, by the way.
Oh, yes.
And we'll get to this. Stud City says, so many details lost on the Italian Riviera set, but I get it. Parts count and budget, form and function. I've got a couple of problems looking at it right away with what I could tell they changed, and they forced everything kind of to a 16x16 and took away a bit of the character. They got a lot of character in there. They got a lot of great colors. I'm definitely getting this for parts pack. I may wait for clearance because I'm not sure this is going to sell all that well. I don't think it's going to be a hot set for kids. Brick by Brick Together is here. Hello, Garrett. Good to see you this evening. I watched you on Cool Hand Luke Bricks tonight, but I was lurking, so I just left a like and gave him the watch hours. Stud City says subjective tastes. Yes, it is, says Brick Dead Builds, and I don't know what they're referring to at this point. It is the set that has the bright light blue air tanks. That's what they're talking about. Yep, everyone confirms. And yep, there we go. Yolik says he's the kid from The Incredibles when the house exploded. Jack. Yellow X says, making the good.
Yeah.
Jazzy Viking Brick says, they were like, let's cook.
They essentially did say that and acted on that impulsive idea.
Run around outside in their tidy whities. Yeah. So here we have it. Austiff, does this just as a general set, something that you'd be interested in?
Yeah. Personally, I do like it. I'm one of those people where it's like, would it look nice on my shelf as like a display piece?
Yeah.
And would I be able A, that, or B, scrap it for parts later? Or do I like the architecture of it? And for me, I dig all three.
Nice. It is, the more I look at it, the more Naboo I see in it. It's got a little archway back here.
Yeah.
It's got all these great balconies, all these great window parts for sure. This might be a good one for you to get to hoard some parts for your build. A couple of things that annoy me about it right offhand. This different color behind the arch down here. At first I thought it was like blank space, but it's not. But they changed the brick color the same on both sides. Gives it a little bit of pareidolia. For those of you who don't know, pareidolia is seeing faces in inanimate objects. So it's a big old like Muppet face down there, pareidolia. Yeah. But the I wish they would have switched the brick colors a little bit more, because I do like having texture there. I just don't know why these two specific corners behind the arch. That's very picky. It's incredibly picky. So I'll say something nice. I very much like the lamp here using the paint roller, and the way they use the texture here with the broken plaster is very cool because this is what every building in Italy looks like. Smoky Smokes is here. Thanks for joining us tonight, Smoky Smokes. Very good to see you. Stud City says it has modular vibes, but also not a modular. Yeah, and you can make it a modular. I can see like turning this into a bigger Italian Riviera just by beefing it up, by chunkifying it. Brick That Build says it's like the Tudor unofficial Mary Poppins. It's an unofficial Luca set. Yes. Yeah. Oh, I love Luca. And so let's take a look at what else we have in the set.
I like the boat.
I do like the boat as well. It's a cool aqua or light aqua or something like that with the color of that boat. We don't talk about color in lifestyle shots, but still I think it's very clear. Alphonse Soup Person says the product video has all the product shot. Oh yeah, I did look at that earlier, and they had a really fun song with it too. So we'll take a look at the video in a second as well. Yes, very modular, very easy to play in. The other thing that got to me about this is I don't think this door can open when the roof is on, and I'm like, how are you supposed to play with that if the door won't open all the way?
Well, what's the age for the set?
This
is it 18 plus?
Ideas are usually no, I don't think it is. Ideas are usually it is 18 plus.
So maybe that's why.
Never mind. Yeah, you're right. Oh, sorry.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Just talking out my ass, not knowing what I'm talking about. But I do appreciate that they went as far as to like keep the foundations in so that these buildings that go down are fully furnished inside with a lot of play features inside this. I like the plants hanging from the side. The what? The ivy?
Looks like ivy in a way.
It does look like ivy, but it doesn't connect.
Oh,
that's why I'm like plants hanging from the side. So I don't know what that's supposed to be. There's a little Vespa down there, and I've got to do for our collaborative, our Mad Lib collaborative. I've got to do Grand Theft Moped. So I'm looking for some moped pieces. Look at the figures. Did you?
Mm-hmm. I should have sent you that picture for the thumbnail.
That'd be fun. I'd like to tool around town here in a moped. Let's see. Stud City says Luca vibes forever. Stud Sidious says, lifestyle shots. I'm having PTSD, Mark. Yeah, I bet you are. Stud Sidious used to work for, used to produce lifestyle images for Lego. Jazzy Viking Brick says, pretend it's an escape room.
That's one way.
He says, I'm going to have build my cherry water park set now. Yes. Good. It's one of our Blockelverse sets that Stud Sidious found in a Goodwill, I think it was. But yeah, look at the amount of figures in this is fantastic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 figures. And I don't really know which ones are unique to this or not. But a lot of really great figures in there.
Is that a flat cap?
A flat cap?
The guy with the life vest?
The guy with the life vest? That is a newspaper boy. Boy. Cap, yeah. Maybe they call those flat caps.
I was kind of like getting in there. I'm like, oh, what is that? But I was like, ooh, I like it.
Yeah. Stud City's found that at a random Goodwill. Got so excited, had text us. And we'll let everyone know what the Blockelverse is in a little bit, and what Cherry Vitality Beach is. We've got a little song for that. But yeah, look at the amount of detail they put into the interiors in this. I think I think this is fantastic that they decided to do this much with it.
I like how they did the tap handle.
Yeah. The firefighter.
And the coffee pot.
Yep. With the upside down cupcake. I'm looking at getting a good look at the railing out here too, with the candlesticks and what stuck inside. I'm not sure, but there's spoons in the center and pretty cool there. You got the dark red couch with a pretty elaborate like TV stand there. I like the amount of detail they're putting in there. I think the Algoff likes anything about that. It's all the random cool detail they're putting in here with some pretty great pieces. The coffee cup holder hanging down from the cabinets. Overusing ingots for things here because the ingots are the cabinet doors too.
Yeah.
And a nice loaf of cheese here or bread or cheese or something Italian. Yeah. Alphonse says the original had the two buildings taller than the orangish one, so the roof line was on a decline like you see all over Italy. Yes, very much so. And think that is a very key missing detail. Agreed. But it's also one that you could modify easily on your own. The gateway to mocking is modifying. Alphonse says the railing is bicycle handlebar. Oh, that makes sense. Ron Smith says espresso pot, not regular coffee. Is that why it has fabric at the bottom?
I've never had coffee in my life, so I can't tell.
Neither have I. I don't drink coffee. We're the wrong people to talk to about that. 1x3 bar and horseshoe used on the F1 CMF. Okay, perfect. Cool. Thank you. We got a lot of really good detailed interior shots here. The ice cream shop or the gelato shop, I bet. Yep. Gelateria. Yeah, this is pretty badass. I like the I like everything about this. They really do get a lot of detail into these small spaces in some of these sets with the interiors nowadays. I like the gelato cone logo back here. They got these cases with the 1x4 transparent. Yeah, the menu is really cute. I like anything that they make in the azure colors. Oh, look who's we got here. Z Cerberus will be joining us in just a second. Nate Build says coffee, and I don't see. Oh, is that this? Okay, coffee. Yes, that is what it is. Nick and Brick says, "What in the world? Never had coffee? Not ever? Yeah, same. Both of us. Yep. She's buying poop on a cone. It's just a 1x1 stud, though. This is a different type of poop. While two other people that don't drink coffee. Yep. That's us, all right. What's up, Z Cerberus? How you doing, sir?
Oh, look at that.
We'll see how the internet holds up here. I am on Wi-Fi only in the middle of nowhere.
Where are they holding
but
you? Are they holding you for ransom?
Glad you did. They are holding him for ransom. That's what your in-laws' family vacation is. I like this fishmonger a lot.
Yes, I like him. This literally is the best part. Everything we've seen, hands down, this gets my favorite score right here. This little picture.
Literally chopping up fish. This is how it works. Yeah, and again, they use these firefighter nozzles to hang the fish on the wall there.
I'm loving it.
Cutting up some sort of fish there.
Something.
Use the butcher knife. I'd rather see him use that than this.
The cleaver?
The cleaver. It's very cleaver of you.
Yes.
And there we have it. This is who this is for. 18 plus, married.
Oh, she's married? Darn.
Yeah.
Happily, though?
Not sure. She looks happy with this set. So if she's married to the set, then... Oh, we already lost the Cerberus.
Oh, no. We lost him to the void.
He's in witness protection. Yeah, so I wonder, Stud, do you not drink coffee either? He says, I asked for coffee on Thanksgiving at 8 years old. I got a steaming black cup, never tried it again, just one sip. Yeah, that'll do it. Nick Brick says that could be a slow country deep voice saying, I'm on Wi-Fi only in the middle of nowhere. Bye, Ben. Brick That Build says, only matters if you're not a CEO. What the hell? Are there 3 dreidels in this shot? And why? Stud City says, my dad taught me a lesson. Never to drink coffee. Karma's Loving Backhand says, good looking set, missing a couple seagulls. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Here we go again. We're attempt number 2 at getting Z Cerberus in here. What is happening with this plant in back with like the weird pink crepe paper on it?
I don't know.
That's upsetting to me. There's a magnifying glass that looks like it's been photoshopped in because it's at a weird angle. If this lamp is just sitting, right? If this lamp is just sitting flat,
window?
And the magnifying glass, you're going to set your windowsill on fire, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who does put a
maybe we're taking notes.
We need more light from right here.
Yeah.
But this is where you can display this. You can display this on your old trunk.
My cats would knock it right off.
Brick Babe sees it. Not dreidels, but spinning tops. Oh, okay. I don't know the difference. I do apologize. Those are tops, not dreidels specifically. All right. There we go. WB Ben. WB.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Yeah, there we go.
Welcome back. We're trying no video just to see how long I can stay on, but it probably won't be long.
So, Ben, what are your thoughts on this lifestyle shot?
I like the tops.
Yep.
I don't know what's up with the old trunk. I kind of feel like maybe they should have picked a different background color for the wall.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also confused. Why do you have a lamp in your windowsill? Isn't it like a natural source of light usually?
It's exactly what Austiff just asked.
Okay.
Definitely
Like,
during the daytime. And is that
I mean, at
is that
night maybe it makes more sense, but it's clearly on.
Is that magnifying glass actually in the room with us?
Yeah.
Because why is it at that angle? Yeah.
It's kind of it looks weird for sure.
And why, if anything, would they Photoshop that in? Like that's going to make the sale.
Yeah.
Let's go to Dollar Tree. They got them.
Matthew Slurpee McGeegan says, "What's up, everyone? I should be asleep." Well, that's all right. You stick around as long as you want. No one's forcing you to go to bed. Happy you joined us tonight. Thanks for being here. All right, let's see what else we got. Ben, this has got a pretty good parts to piece ratio. Look, a family portrait.
Yeah, and I would say perhaps more exciting than any of this, even though I do want everyone to know that we know that this isn't like a thing that we never talk about. But usually when this kind of nonsense is happening, we put up a little alert that goes like this.
We don't talk about colors.
And this.
In lifestyle shots.
But I am quite confident that the orangish house is tomato soup and dark orange.
I don't disagree.
And so that intrigues me because we haven't had a lot of bricks in tomato soup yet. So maybe now we'll be able to get some on like the pick a brick wall in 6 months. Or
now do the boat.
The other thing.
What color's the boat?
Yeah, that aqua maybe.
Light aqua.
Light aqua. Yeah,
perhaps.
Hard to judge. I don't know. I think maybe this is the kind of build where I'll get it on discount. I don't think I'll full price Jones day one it, honestly.
No.
Same.
Looks like there's some cute techniques though that I'm interested in.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
definitely agree that there are cute techniques that I am also interested in. We've got Alphonse saying dreidels are marked like dice and more boxy like dice. Thank you. Oh yeah, of course. Duh. Now I can see one in my head. I should have known that. Brickdead Build says lamp was on the table but had to move it for the Lego set display. But it's not even a table; it's a trunk. G Bishop is disappointed that there's no balls. Jazzy Viking Brick says they found the lighting to be too natural.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't want natural lighting.
Is this reddish? Yeah, when we say tomato soup, we mean reddish orange. Stud City says the lifestyle shot creative brief. Give us every light source under the sun. Yep. So there's everybody. There's Poop Cone Girl.
The
there's the Fishmonger, who I'm in love with. That's a great figure there. There's the Gelato lady. There's this guy who doesn't have a poop cone. He has a pink cone. He has a cotton cone.
Yeah.
Is this some sort of artist? Vespa driver? Baker?
The one thing I'm not happy with
candlestick
this
maker.
Why are they using? Is this little wooden log that
they're
standing on? Is that included with the set?
No, but they do love to add random pieces of wood and stone in lifestyle shots nowadays, especially if it's like unpolished slate seems to be their favorite. But yes, you can use a little chunk of 2x4.
The grain of that wood like gives like an optical illusion, like one side is shorter or higher than the other. So they all look like they're sitting on like a slope.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But yeah, they do that. And I don't know if that's like a card holder for a game or something, like a tile holder for a board game. They just pulled it out.
Yeah, it's too thick for Scrabble.
Completely random. Why else would you have that, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's the exact thing that they had put that magnifying glass on to make it look like it was sitting at an angle as well. Let's see. Yep. Sorry, Bishop family. Slurpee says Lego love using rocks from demolition sites for their photos. Yeah, very much so. So like, just walk outside and grab some dry wood from a beach. Yes, we have seen quite a few driftwood chunks added. There we go. There's a better picture of the fishmonger.
Yes.
And I would say that
the
boat
cool
is
aqua
indeed light aqua from this picture.
Yes, 100%. And I do like it. They put a lot of stuff in there. Usually they're just like, here's a bench, here's an outboard motor. And this is pretty elaborate. I mean, for messing with the structure of the initial set, the idea submission, they certainly put a lot of detail into this. I'd say I like
they
it.
definitely,
Even
they use the dark tan color rope like they had in the Da Vinci build as the tie-off instead of the black ones that were traditional up till now.
Brick That Build says boat almost looks like a mint color. I'm pretty sure it's this, which I believe is light aqua. But it looks very much like this color. I'm very interested in a boat that would be in that color because it is a very cool aqua. I like it. Let's see. Alphonse says, I don't like that they built the buildings at angles to each other. I don't mind that, actually. I do like that. How is it in the original submission? Are they not at angles to each other? Yeah, they are. They are in the original submission. Yeah, Jesus, this is beautiful. This is not what we got. Maybe these are 16 by 16. Maybe they did. Maybe that is the same. Well, this definitely isn't with the angle of the. I see why they did it though, because they built it at the angle because that one wall was angled. Yeah, it's just a little bit of
they did that angle.
They filled this in though, for sure.
I will be getting this set just for the instructions.
Yeah, 100%. Well, they usually offer those for free. Once the set's released, you can usually get them download them at PDF. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they gotta let you do that so that they can put them on the iPad. I
misread this. I thought he said he didn't like that they built them at an angle. He said he does like that they built them at an angle. Stud says it's actually good to see full show photo shoots. Damn it, twice now. Full photo shoots now. We used to Frankenstein and Photoshop stock art together. Yep. Well, you still see that every once in a while. Alphonse does like. Karma's Loving Backhand says, what part was the boat tied off to? It looks like a black animal, or am I mistaking? No, I think that is an outboard motor. Oh, this? Yeah, what is that? I don't know. Siri just answered me, though. It looks like from here, it looks like it's the action piece in a 1x1 round plate with a Apollo stud and a 1x1 tile stuck to the top. Looks like 3 pieces. And they're, I would say definitely because then they're in the middle of a jumper plate. Shut up, Siri. Jesus, I am not talking to you. Shut up.
I was.
I called your Siri. Don't be so mean to him.
Yeah.
This is everything.
Yep.
This is definitely where you display this.
Mm-hmm.
With your vase and your scissor jar and your gold jar and your crocheted flowers, your pipe cleaner flowers, your ball of turquoise string, your books with nothing on the binding or the binding turned around, a chunk of moon rock, and a good wooden panel leaning up against the wall.
And a teal colored book.
Yeah, exactly. So it kind of matches, kind of doesn't, kind of sticks out. But this is one of the busiest lifestyle shots I've ever seen.
In your pencil holder.
Like, shove everything in there. I know, but it's not even pencils. It has 2 pairs of scissors. And who uses scissors like this? Is this a specific type of scissors?
Bonsai scissors.
Stud City says, half shoot, half stock. It was a pain. Yeah. Nate Builds digs it. Stud City says, yeah, they still retouch, but not as bad. I can imagine, especially since they kept sending them back to you like, no, fix this. No, give us this type of person. And you're like, I don't have 1,000 stock photos to get you the exact person you're looking for. Hire an actor. Karma's Loving Backhand says, oh, yeah, I see now. Thought it was a small black dog. Nate Build says, this is one of the display locations of all time. No kidding. Yola says, those are bonsai scissors, but there's not even a bonsai tree in the shot.
Nope.
Stud City says, Mark, tell your Alexa to lay a wet fart. I say it every time I enter my parents' house. We unplugged Alexa a long time ago. That was Siri. Amy Schultz says, I thought it was a paper bag on the wall. It definitely has wood grain in it. A deconstructed paper bag. Nothing sells Lego like some rusty scissors.
No, that piece of wood, I guarantee if you turned it around, there's like print on artwork on there. And they were like, you know what, that artwork? No, we're turning it around. Yeah.
Just like the books, like something's offensive. Something offensive is on the binding or something they just don't want to deal with the rights to. We got Z Cerberus back. Alphonse says, 2 pairs of antique scissors. Yeah. Yeah, they certainly are.
Where did they get them from? My grandma's house? And
is that the same lamp from the other shot?
It might be. Before I check to see if it's the same lamp, which I'm pretty sure it is, close your cabinet. Jesus.
No, Mark, it adds a layer of depth to the photo.
And that's the only reason I'm going to buy this is because they left the cabinet open.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yep.
Oh, it is the same lamp.
Totally the same lamp. So they move it. Maybe they bought several. Maybe they love that lamp so much. I love lamp.
Where'd they get it? IKEA?
So much. I don't know. Brick Dad Builds will probably find it for us, but it's probably too boring and generic to locate. And this vase
Probably
is also in this other
costs
shot.
300 euros too.
This vase is right here too.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I got upset. And these are the same flowers, but they added pink crepe ribbon to it here. Or is this a flower? What is this? What is this pink thing?
Lectured on schools on
Oh,
flowers.
could be
I'm angry.
pink flower.
And so we're at that. Hold on one second, because we got to check this out.
Yeah, those definitely aren't the little flowers sitting on the table down there.
No.
So,
Nate's
Which is aggravating. Here we go.
oh, okay.
I can't hear you because the music is so
Well, there's
freaking
some
loud.
pink
But
flowers in the background.
Yeah, it's like they shoved them together for that one shot. They're like, put all the flowers in one vase just for this one shot, and then remove them for the other shots.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a while since we thoroughly dissected a lifestyle shot so much, but I don't know. But it's like every lifestyle shot has a live version, is what that video was.
Wait, go back to the video one more time. Is that pause. Wait, go back. Pause. A little bit more. Okay, you see that picture right by her on to the right?
Yes. Hold on.
Did they turn that around?
This.
Yeah, was that the piece of wood?
I don't know, but they also sometimes have artwork that is just square tiles of things. So there's the one, like the wooden square tile. I have 2 questions here for you. Okay, do the chairs match? I have 3 questions. Do the chairs match?
No,
not at all.
0%.
Did she all at Goodwill
buy this antique shutter from the Italian Riviera, and like she loves it so much, like that's her decoration. She just shoves it up against the wall with another random piece of wood in front of it.
Yep.
All right, Austiff, you might not ever have seen this movie. I probably came out before you were born. Ben, did you ever see the movie War of the Roses with Kathleen Turner and Danny DeVito? And
no, I have not. No.
Yes.
No. Oh, you've seen it, Austiff?
Yeah.
Is this not? Is this not where Kathleen Turner and I think who is the husband? Kurt Russell, maybe? Is this not where they die at the end?
It is. And just because
that's the house, isn't it?
Spoiler alert, jeez.
And also for Stud Sidious, Sean Astin is in this film too.
Sean Astin is in that movie as well, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to bring up the GWP, let you guys talk about that because it's been an hour and a half and I forgot to play a song. But now that you guys are all here talking, I don't need to play the song. And we can talk about this is supposedly, and this is a leak, so this isn't official yet. And so we don't really discuss these sorts of things. But I figured why not? Because it's just a little market van. So this apparently it's rumored that this is the GWP that'll come out with this with the set. And I'll be right back.
My question is, where's this thing gonna go?
Yeah.
You can't fit any more into
I don't know.
Set. My bad piece of art. Where's it gonna go? It can't go in the alley.
What is the little fish with the star supposed to be? Is that supposed to be a picture someone's hanging up?
Should be.
I don't know what that is. Like a framed picture? No idea.
Dude, here's what we're missing right now. That is the little sign as you enter into the little fish shop. You can't complete the set unless you get this G-dub.
Ingenious. Yeah, and it just looks like one of those crazy front scooter, truck things. I guess it fits the scene. I just don't know that it'll actually physically fit in the build.
It needs to fit in the build for me to be happy.
Yeah. Karma's Loving Backhand asked, "Is that corn in the back?"
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing.
I don't know.
That's corn.
I think those are like the tulips pieces because they do actually have a corn stock piece and they're not using it. So I think they're supposed to look like some sort of flower or vine stock that you can buy, but I have no idea.
Look, this right here, I don't even want to scrap it up for parts. I just want to punt this thing as far as I can, and hopefully it lands in a trash can because that's where it's going to go.
Brickbuilt Labs suggest that that's one of those singing fish that you can put up on the wall. I don't remember its name, but Billy Bass. Yeah,
Billy Bass,
the one that sings or whatever his name is.
This thing is.
Let's see here. The suggestion is maybe they're not corn, but they're popsicle plants. I guess that could work.
Can we give the crown to people, because I think Brickbuilt Labs deserves the crown for that comment about Billy Bass.
Yeah,
That
does look kind of like Billy Bass.
Genius.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. The popsicle tree, I think, is the most is the best explanation. That's what that looks like.
This set makes me just want to go take a drink. That's all I got to do.
I mean, it's
maybe it'll
I
make
guess
sense.
it's fine for a G-dub, but I mean, it's kind of boring. They've had some pretty good ones too. This one's just not quite to the level of the recent ones.
No, there are trucks that are shaped like that vendors might. I don't remember seeing any in Italy myself, but that's certainly a chunky square design, and I think they're a little bit more aerodynamic than that. A bit.
Where'd they get this thing from? Minecraft?
Perhaps. The best thing about it is this dark azure barrel in the border on the bottom. 100%.
It's a 10 plus set. Why is it 10 plus?
I don't know.
What's the tricky build technique here that doesn't let a 9-year-old build this?
But this is 18 plus.
Where it
the set is
10 plus?
Black box.
18 plus. It does have the black box. Yep.
So you can buy the set if you're 18 and then give the little thing to your little brother to build.
Right.
Dude, where's this little truck gonna go? It can't fit in the alley. It can't fit in nowhere.
All right, let's compare Italian Riviera, the original submission.
The little truck could maybe fit on the beach, like it's parked up ready to sell.
Right, that does upset me as well. I mean, would it even fit through this archway? There's no way that truck is getting down there.
Unless you just ram it in. But my bad, it's not made by Dodge, so you can't.
Right? Which I don't know. We don't know if that driver has insurance for that.
No. Does he even have a driver's license?
We don't know. He has a fish and a star in a box. That's what he has. And a popsicle tree.
You know,
and a little weird lipstick flower.
I guess the saying's true. If you fish long enough, you get gifted a driver's license. You just catch it.
I love how Karma's Loving Backhand said this. Of course, popsicle plants. Nate Build says, if the truck can barely scrape past the buildings, even at that size, then it'll be realistic. Oh, okay. Yeah. You're not wrong. I agree with flowers. Meh? But that there's just some type of flower. Big Dad Build says, it's a Lucas set. Let's just admit it. They did a version of this truck for Friend's Coffee Truck. Nate Builds, the enunciation was flawless, Austin. Very good job. I don't know what you enunciated well, but good job. I'm proud of you.
What did I enunciate properly?
The popsicle parts as seats in Rivendell set make me happy. Alphonse says, cool little van. I'd buy it as a $15 to $20 Lego set at the Lego store. But pass as an incentive for a GWP. Wait for part list and get it on Pick a Brick. Okay, fair enough. So taking a look at this, what did we really lose from one to the other?
We lost the banana boat.
We did lose the banana boat, that's for sure. But we got the nice, cool aqua one, light aqua one.
I'd rather have the banana boat.
The kayak makes a little bit more sense, I think, on the Riviera.
Plus the beach. Did you need?
Oh, Nate Build says when you said Minecraft. Oh, did they cut the beach?
Yeah. Wait, no, they didn't. There's a little sliver of the beach right near the ramp.
There it is.
Oh, okay. The beach. Never mind.
Swim there.
Comment withdrawn.
The super cool roof was lost. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Yeah. They didn't really put much of a pattern in this either. It's just kind of like, I guess they did. Not here though.
I think
what is
the
this
back
garbage?
building, the roof on the back building of the ideas submission, it's kind of the big thing that you're losing. It's just at a different angle and a different height, and just makes it feel a lot different. It looks so same on the other one.
Also, if you made a good point about the ingots being cool shutters, because they had the full-on shutters using this. I have a feeling they don't make these parts anymore. So they had to do something different. So there are flowers planted in the wall on this. And so it is kind of like, this is ivy. Oh, I like this window over on the side too.
Oh, this is Peen. This just turned the tide, dude. Like the little archway. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and you can always modify your Italian Riviera to look more like this.
Well,
Switch it back.
I want to become stock like that.
Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people would. There's some.
Wait. The little planter. That was lost. On the yellow building? Yeah.
Yeah. Well.
What a design. This design's compared to that.
It's pretty similar, except it's white. And
just
has half the flowers.
They saw that like, how can we make this Barney style?
Yeah, I see what you're saying, though. There's no ingot underneath it.
Yeah, and the yellow building, the texture on the official set is just not nearly as attractive as the texture on the other one.
Agreed.
And I don't know why, if it's just that this one, because I know you're a big fan of the cracked plaster. This one has more of that feel than this one does, for sure.
I agree. Mm-hmm. I agree 100%. When I first looked at it, I was just like, cool. They did a pretty good job with that. This does a much better job with it, especially over here on the this looks more coral than tomato soup.
Yeah.
This is so when you're talking to your gal pal, this is the guy that you're not supposed to worry about. This
Who's that? Where?
Like this render. This render is the guy you're not supposed to worry about.
Oh, what? Sorry, I'm not catching your analogy here.
He's saying it's hot. It's money. She says don't worry about it, but we all know it's good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
This is the Target brand, and the one we got is the Great Value.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean the pier seems so much more pier-like in the original submission too. It's like a boat access, but it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is a little strange.
This feels like it would be right on the edge of a canal. The other one just doesn't feel that way.
And you do see this a lot in Italy, where there's just random stuff growing on buildings where you're like, where is that even rooted?
Yeah, and the little ladder, that's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that is cute.
They should have added the ladder. Come on.
Which you can easily do. Put a ladder here.
It's the principle, Mark.
It is the principle.
This thing's way brighter. I mean,
Ideas is a weird demon, though.
I don't know.
Who knows what goes into whatever they make the changes for. I mean, we clearly have some things here that are like all these 1x1 rounds are probably exorbitant for the price of the entire thing. The shutters don't exist anymore. Whatever. They don't like banana boats.
Stability, piece budget, all that stuff.
They tried to
keep a number of the ideas from one to the other, but they're just executed so much more differently. It's definitely not like the fishing store was very similar. These are they still have 3 buildings. They're still kind of in the same general orientation, but the colors are all different and a lot of the techniques are different. They kept the weird front bumper thingies as a rail on one of the buildings. Like they kept a number of things, so it's clearly have the same DNA. They just give a different feeling when you look at them.
Well, then at that point, bring in the whoever designed the set, designed the idea, bring them in and have them in the room with the designers who are going to transform it into the ideas. Like, hey, here's what we're using piece-wise. How would you use it?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess if you're doing that, then you're probably more suited for Bricklink Designer, I guess.
I agree with that.
And quite honestly, that's a better route to take. Or it seems.
Quite
like
honestly, I agree 100% with you on that.
Yeah.
Nick and Bricks, highly recommend getting
Especially
there.
if you're not doing an IP, you know.
Lake Como was supposed to be one of the most beautiful spots of it, but yeah, I went last year and would go again 1,000 times, especially to Rome. We did go to the Tuscan coast, and we got to do a little bit of snorkeling in the Tyrrhenian Sea, which is just one of my favorite days there. It's just such an amazing culture. Definitely do some Duolingo. Definitely get yourself some Italian under your belt before you go. But spend a good 10 days there. Spend a good 10 days. I highly recommend if you can afford it. What color red is the house in the original design? I do believe that's coral, but we don't know for sure. But I think coral would be cool. It'd certainly reflect.
It's a render. It's hard to tell.
Exactly. The color of buildings there. I think coral looks amazing with dark green. It's giving me some ideas. Algoff says,
I think it's coral and the medium nougat are the brick pieces.
I thought Algoff would like this specifically because all the detail pieces, especially in the neutral colors, the browns, the warm colors, like he likes to use. He says, I like them. There's things I like on both and things I dislike on both, but definitely going to buy a couple. Amy Schell says the final version is in Venice. Yeah, instead of the Riviera. I agree. Lego doesn't like banana boats. Confirmed. Rick Dead Build says this would have fit the modulars, which is too much crossover, less a standalone idea set. Liam Brick the Bed says, oh, hey, he's here for the first time tonight. Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. Karma's Loving Backhand says, nice, there is a seagull. That's what I was waiting to say. Like, at least they had a seagull in this one, as Karma's Loving Backhand asked for earlier. That needed to stay. Got rid of the fountain.
Confirmed.
There's fountains all over the freaking place. What's that, Austiff?
It's confirmed that Lego doesn't like seagulls either.
I also like the addition of all the mossy steps.
Yeah.
Here, let's see. Brickworld Lab says, I believe there is some sort of input from the fan designer. They do calls with them and discuss changes, etc. They probably don't have too much of a choice when the changes are like need to be made budget wise. What happened to the sexy yellow kayak? Right, banana boat gone.
It's transformed.
Here? Sweet.
It went to its final form.
It did, into a cool light aqua. I wonder what this color is actually called, but it's this boat now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I believe it is light aqua is the color.
Question:
We weren't ready for the amount of underwhelmment of that final form.
Why did they add antennas to all the roofs?
I don't know.
So they could show, hey, we have internet here, so you guys can see our Lego lifestyle photos.
So you can get your iPad instructions for sure.
Yes.
Nick and Bricks, get this set and bring it to Italy with you. Just plop it down. Like, yep, this is my home.
Bearded Brickman is here. Hey, thanks for joining us tonight. Appreciate you being here. Dubs in the chat for Bearded Brickman. Sorry, I'm a big fan. Pocket Smash says Lego used their banana allotment up in the Fortnite sets. Yeah, true.
A little Peely action.
Liam Brick the Bed says, yo, Bearded Brickman, which I do too. Yeah, I would say we've discussed this a lot, and somebody just mentioned Fortnite and bananas. So let's go ahead and check this out.
A new Lego set, can't wait to see. Oh, it's Peely Bomb, okay, what could it be? Half banana, half bone. It's a bonkers sight. Be it stupid or cute, it just doesn't seem right. Guts, oh, what it's like to behold. Little brown splatters, stories untold. Is it a bruised banana or something else? How did Peely Bone end up on the shelves? A banana with a skeleton, what's the deal? A mashup too wild to find the appeal. He's not a doorbell, don't say ding dong. Every part of Peely Bone is just plain wrong. Don't say ding dong, don't say ding dong. Just plain wrong, just plain wrong. Don't say ding dong, don't say ding dong. Every part of Peely Bone is just plain wrong.
Yeah, a little song break there. So yeah, here we have it. This is what we could have had. This is what we ended up with. One thing I do appreciate about both is like the different window treatments.
Mm-hmm.
They captured that very much. Like there's each building does 100% have its own character to it. I don't like these stepped curves above these windows where there's just like a plate where it's like, look, it's also an arch. No, it's not. Don't tell me that's an arch. Don't feed me reddish orange and tell me it's tomato soup. Also, I did think these were 16 by 16 plates that gave them the modularity, but you can see the seams between the plates here.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure why they did that exactly, but they do seem like 16 by 16 footprints. Question for the chat here. Why is this shutter? Oh, so these windows are open. These shutters are closed.
Underwhelming.
Moo.
Okay.
I moo that. I don't even boo earns it. I moo it.
That's derpy.
I like the dark green shutters over here. I don't think we've seen those used in a while. Yeah, boo to this. And they're up here again, closed. Burp. Do not like. Do not want. Yeah. I'm locked out here. I don't know what's going on. I can't click on these.
Refresh it.
Let's see what happens. Hey, good call. Let's see what else. Well, no, it's not letting me click on anything. Cookies, fine. I'll take your cookie threat here. No, can't click on anything on this window. I don't know what's happening. Am I looking at it through the? Nope, locked out.
They just don't like our comments. They've been secretly listening and they just canceled you.
They totally did. Why though? All right, well, whatever. I can't even close the cookies. I can't light the cookies. Can't shut them out. Anyway,
they're just there.
Well, there we have it. That's the Italian Riviera. A very, very thorough discussion of it, especially. I can't click this either. There we go. What's happening? You guys.
Lego's just fed up with you, Mark.
I haven't had this happen before. What? Hold on. This is important. Okay, hold on. All right. Well, we did one of the best lifestyle shots.
Arrows on your keyboard if you have them?
I don't know, dude. This is weird. Oh, there we go.
Oh.
Yay, it's working. Thank you.
You broke your mouse.
Especially this shot we have dissected more than any lifestyle shot in recent history. Along with this one where they mixed all the flowers together and moved the lamp and photoshopped in a magnifying glass. And those aren't dreidels. No. These are the lessons we learned tonight. This lifestyle shot is crazy.
I think those are Inception tops.
Inception top. They are. What's up, Austiff?
Stay on the screen. Oh, go back.
Stay on the screen.
I'm using Google Lens to see if they can tell us what exact scissors these are.
Awesome. We do need to know this.
It's popping up. It's a B door hanger. But it does not look like a B door hanger. It looks like
no. Doesn't even know what it is.
No.
So Nick and Brick says, how much is this set? Well, let me tell you, if I can close this, I can. It's $300 for 3,251 pieces. Good parts to piece ratio. Let's see. Yellow X says, I recently used Peely's yellow stained parts for the dirt spots on a giant coin. That's awesome. Falco Rich is here. Falco for Millennium Falcon, not for Castle Falcons. As someone who has gone through the design process, LEGO does do multiple Zoom calls with the fan designer, propose changes, and explains why, and asks the fan designer for feedback of said changes. Good to know. Thank you for sharing your experience. Also says, LEGO asks the fan designer if they want to add or change things. Liam Brick the Bed says, I might get it if it's 30% off someday, which I think it will be. Alphonse says, I still can't get over how the product video has matching Windows shutters to the ingots in the background. Let me see if I can bring this up. I'm having a problem with my interwebs. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, we talked about that. And it's not even like it's hung up or mounted. Like she's a big Italy fan, like a big fan of the Riviera. In the meantime, it's just kind of shoved up against the wall with another panel of wood against it. That in this shot here.
Here's the story with it, okay? You know, she's
What's the
currently
story?
going through an exterior house remodel.
Okay.
You know, she went to Italy and just snagged that off of someone's home and took it all the way back, got through TSA, and she went to her local, what do you call them, you know, carpenters, and was like, hey, make me 50 of these for my windows. And then she's like, you know what? I can't hang it, so I'm going to set it right next to my wannabe design set.
That's the prototype then?
Mm-hmm.
There was a single shot of this. What's wrong with my internet? What's wrong with my interface of using Firefox screens? I really don't know.
Well, that's your first thing. You're using Firefox.
Well, yeah. I am, but I'm streaming through Chrome.
There you go. There you go.
Amy Schultz says, my mom RCV'd those scissors in a set with a small plant mister. Or received, I guess. Nick and Brick says, I wish the Bricklink designer sets were $300. Loved your Micro Rail Command Center. Ben, do we know Falco Rich? There's a reputation that precedes him that I'm not immediately aware of.
I don't personally, but who knows?
Check text. Okay. Well, ask you this. Guess who found vintage style metal scissors? Brick Dead Builds. Always in the clutch for us.
Always in the clutch.
Yeah.
Chelsea Yarns has them in stock for you. Wait, no, they're sold out. She does not.
Are they? Oh no, but at least they're vintage style metal scissors.
Is Chelsea Yarns like Joanne Fabric's little sister?
Or daughter.
Yeah.
Joanne's got to be getting up there now.
Yeah,
they just went bankrupt.
Down, yeah.
Yeah.
Chelsea's going to come in and take over.
Yeah, Chelsea's picking up the pieces. She's like, I can't do all the fabric, but I can do some yarn.
And some metal.
Yeah.
Perfect for cutting popsicle plants of all sizes.
Yeah.
Joanne's is dead. That's a way to put it, Alphonse.
Poor Joanne. Poor Joanne.
Joanne was a DNR, just so Chelsea could come in.
Yeah, so let's see how we're doing here on the show run. Looks like we are past the Palazzo and GWP, and now we're going to talk about psychology of Lego time.
Ooh.
Ben, are you in for this?
Well, so I switched over to the hotspot on my phone, and I seem to be more stable. I'm still not brave enough to turn on the camera, but that's okay. I've had to pause the audio a few times because the family's running in and out. They put me in a secluded room, in theory, so that I would be quiet.
Yeah.
But then they've just been traipsing through it like 6 times and leaving the door open. So.
Well, and typically you're so loud during the live stream.
Yeah, right. But yeah, no, it's been crazy. And then Miles came running in here. I had the headset on mute so I could move some Lego. I'm sorting Lego right now when I'm not on the stream. And Miles comes busting in the door and goes, "Are you on the live stream?" I'm like, "If I am, is that really what you should be doing, buddy?"
Here we go. So Falco Rich is the fan designer of Ideaset Micro Command Center. And as he says himself, I actually displayed at Brickworld Chicago this year with an upgraded version of the original Rail Command Center. So this is, all right, we're about to start talking about Lego and mental health.
Yeah.
This is one thing that drives me, not drives me nuts. I'll say one thing that like kind of like gets me bogged down from time to time is I feel really bad when I miss people who come to my shows. I'm not trying to make anybody feel guilty. Falco Rich, this is not on you. It's on me. Because I have this like this feeling that I have to like be there for everybody, remember everything. And if I don't, or if I don't notice something that happens in my show, I feel like a dick, which again, not on you at all. And I'm not saying that's what you were saying with your comment, but I can't help but like kind of feel that way. And it's one of those things where it's just like, it's a story I tell myself. a lot of what I've been dealing with my own mental health is negative self-talk. How it happens a lot with people who are going through depression. And I get lost in it sometimes. And so that's the type of thing that'll be like, they'll wake me up at like 3 a.m. and be like, you shouldn't have said this on your live stream. You sound like a dick. And now people don't like you and it's going to tarnish the brand. And I'm like, go to bed. It's 3 a.m. It's like, no, you shouldn't have said that on your live stream. I'm like, shut up. I need to go to bed. It's like, no, you shouldn't have said that on your live stream. Yeah. And so sleep gets interrupted. And so let's go ahead and take that smooth transition into Lego and mental health. It's been a hot topic lately. Maybe it's just the people I hang with. But it seems there were several presentations about it at Brickworld Chicago this year. And I decided to make the keynote speech about mental health after appearing on Austiff's stream, where I like to introduce myself as I'm just Mark. I'm Mark. That's me. I'm Mark. This is Brickworld. That's what Brickworld is about. It's about the community. So it doesn't matter who I am.
Yeah.
I'm pushing the buttons behind the scenes. And then you kept asking me questions and like wanting to know who I was and get to know like me for me. And it felt like the right time to do a keynote that was about my journey and about mental health. And that's why this year's keynote went the way it was. So just pull back from like an entire view of mental health, not just Lego and mental health, and how we as hobbyists manage our mental health and how Lego can affect our mental health in positive and negative ways. We'll get to that. But just in general, why is mental health important? It influences how you think and feel, influences how you handle stress and setbacks, influences how you make decisions. It influences how you relate to others, and it influences how you perform at school, work, and home. Also, it influences your physical health, not help. I did this really fast. It influences your relationships. It influences your ability to be resilient and to adapt. And in general, it is an inviolable human right. Everybody has the right to feel the dignity of positive mental health practices. So just as a basic definition of mental health, that's what we're going to be talking about mental health from tonight. How do you guys feel about that?
I'm down.
Okay.
I'm down, Diggity.
Okay. Perfect. That was really easy. Jazzy Viking Bricks really loved that set, that Falco Rich design. Tron is here. Let's see. Had a really busy week, but he's finally here. Glad that you were able to join us. Let's see. Finally said he was stable. Jazzy Viking Bricks says, lay low, Chelsea. Just say no to the private equity jerks. What's happening? Oh, yes. Look who it is. We are talking about Lego and mental health. So we brought on Brickdad Builds, which if I take this comment off, we can actually see him. How you doing this week, Brickdad Builds?
Pretty good. This is a great topic for this week, by the way. So,
yeah. What makes this week a great topic? What makes this week a great week for this topic?
well, I've actually had some stressors happen recently in this last week. Illnesses with some aged pets that are creating some stresses, and dealing with the mental aspect of the potential loss that's coming with that. So the emotional and mental health of all of that, as well as getting kids ready to go back to school in just a short period of time. So, getting things reorganized, getting kids back into routines. So making that whole lifestyle shift from the normal chaos of summer to back to the structured routine of things. So it's just life in general is our stressors and things that can create a lot of problems for us. So
yeah, Austiff and I talked about this when we were coming up with the show run for the stream. Is that when your mental health isn't on point, changes sometimes can seem abrupt and seem to shut you down, or like something where like the adjustability, like we said, resilience and adaptability aren't necessarily the easiest thing to do when you're focused on just getting through the basics of a day. with everything else you might have going on.
Really, yeah, you shut down certain aspects of it to pretty much retreat back into the Alamo inside yourself to try and say, okay, I'm going back into the basic functions to be able to get through what I'm going through. So yeah, there's a lot of things that will be surrounding you that will be neglected or put away temporarily, so to speak.
Yeah, and that's why I think this year was the year that I decided it was good to talk about this and be honest about this, because I feel like everyone's going through that from the pandemic, and we all went through a lot of changes. We all went through a lot of abrupt changes that caused a bit of PTSD that nobody talks about, and everyone experienced some level of that. And what I see, especially driving around, if you want to see this, go to a busy city and drive. And like in Chicago, you can see it in that like every intersection has turned to no turn on red because nobody's paying attention to what's happening around them. So drivers are hitting pedestrians because pedestrians aren't paying attention to where cars are, and cars aren't paying attention to where pedestrians are because everyone's focusing in, which is a PTSD response.
With their phone in their hands because they're so focused in from COVID and all that, where this was their lifeblood with everything. So now this is their lifestyle of down in their phones for that. So they're not paying attention to the world around them like they used to, for sure.
And it's like you said, it's the Alamo. So like they focus inside. I know me. I feel like this is a comfortable space. So I'm just going to stick with me and what I need and what I'm doing and not necessarily pay attention to what makes society function better. So I'm just going to like barrel out and do a crosswalk without knowing what else is happening.
Well, see, and that's the hard thing too, is you have people like Liam Brick, the bed said, I didn't get one day off during COVID. They were still in full mode working and stuff like that. So you have the other aspect of it of they have their expectations of life continues the way it was. And now you have these people over here that don't interact with that very well because they were isolated from that. So there's definitely the wall between of people that did isolate and those that didn't. So getting back to interacting with each other outside of the digital realm is vital to get back into routine of being able to find that coping skill as well as the support.
100%. You can see it like even in like the owning a public event business. You saw it very clearly. Like in 2023, everyone was like, yes, we're getting back out there. We're going to be around people. And then in 2024, they were like, that was awful. And we hate that. And we'd rather be on lockdown. And it's just kind of like the ebb and flow of going through something like that. But when you carry it with you from other things, it can compound for sure. I just want to bring this up here. Falco Rich, thank you. And again, can't wait to meet you in person and see all your amazing builds. Appreciate you being part of the stream. Liam Brick the Bed, thank you. Also says, you wouldn't believe the trivia arguments I have with myself at 3 a.m. Right. Nick and Brick says, exercise keeps me sane. Same. I work out 4 to 5 times a week, and it used to be 6 pre-pandemic. I really wish I could get myself back to that, but it's like just not there yet. Pockets Master loved that show. Thank you. Appreciate that. Liam Brick the Bed says, just got to get the right beer to weed ratio. Yes. Yeah, which isn't always the healthiest thing if you don't get the ratio correct. Contra Brick's build craze.
Something else that's important is your support basis and the friend circle that you have around you is no matter how alone you are, if you don't have that support base, you're still going to be alone trying to deal with things. So having somebody that'll say, hey, Mark, you need to cut the live. I sent you a message. You need to cut the live. You need to go ahead and go to sleep and get some rest. You're at that point now.
Those are the Brickworld Crossing ones that started at 1 a.m. and I so appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is having people that care about you around you to support you, back you up, and unfortunately, at sometimes be brutally honest and say, hey, you need to stop.
And we all have those. And sometimes,
for sure,
when you get into that point where you know you're not yourself and you know things are going bad, it can be really, really hard to reach out to those people.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure.
And tell 100%. Them that you need help. Yeah.
Yes.
So checking in on people is really important. So when you do something like that, Brick Dead Builds, like when you say, well, it's 4 a.m. and Mark is clearly drunk and going on and on and on, to another task and another task and another task on this Animal Crossing island, maybe I should send him a text and be like, hey, good night, shut it down. That's so helpful because it's someone who's not judging you. It's someone who's helping you. And being able to put it that way made a big difference.
The only reason I mentioned that live was because you were we talked afterwards the next day about that and how that affected you and all of that. So being able to have that conversation to follow up and say, hey, I wasn't trying to be mean or anything. I just, I saw this or I saw that. But then the aspect too of while watching the live and being in there with you and stuff like that, and you going, I'm just going to finish this and then I'm going to bed. And then, you blew past that and keep going. Because
let's go deep sea diving. Yes.
Well, that's our lifestyle. When we build Lego and when we're doing stuff and when we're being social in this type of environment, we can easily blow past things and say, oh, just 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Totally. And it puts us at a disadvantage because we're losing out on what we need for our health, physical health. Just being able to have enough sleep, have enough rest, and food and water and all those types of basics. So, but
I would say one thing I realized from the times that you did that, because it was more than once, is that you had a perfect balance of like gently saying it firmly without sounding judgy and not hurting my feelings in the moment or triggering some sort of reaction where I was like, why are you trying to control me? Which was probably possible at the time. Where did you learn that?
Of trial and error of having been in your situation and have people tell me the same thing. So being in a situation where I've had to been told, hey, you need to step back. You need to go and get some rest. You need to do those things. So it was by example from other people. And that was the hardest thing because when I started to try and be that friend for people, because I had people that were friends like that for me. And for me to be that friend for other people, I had to learn that. It was definitely not a gift, but being able to see an example and say, hey, I need to be able to do that. I don't do it all the time now. I'm still learning myself how to do that. My wife constantly tells me, hey, you need to check your tone and how you're saying it because you're saying it very gruff at times. So I get corrected still, but
that's me and Matt husband for sure. I want to check in real quick on some of these comments.
Of course.
Clever Pig is here, excited about this topic. I am too, actually. I'm really glad we're talking about this. Tron says, I have ADHD and a somewhat overprotective type mother who hates Lego. So yes, plenty of Zen building time. But then I get third degree of an adult with child's toys and no convincing otherwise. Be yourself, man. That's you, as long as you get it. Karma's Loving Backhand says, being an influencer of any sort comes with an unseen burden. Don't sweat it ever. Exactly. And that's why I do like using the term influencer. As much as it sounds like pretentious, it's just, we got to remind ourselves that we have influence and there's a responsibility that comes along with it. With great power comes great responsibility. Liam Brick the Bed says, sorry. Let me check these first. She rues the day she got me started on Lego. Yeah, and like you said, Liam Brick the Bed didn't get one day off for COVID. That's why we added hospital, anybody with a hospital ID to first responders for the Brickworld discount, and we'll never change that after COVID. No way. Neither Liam, but I was thankful for the salary. Was that?
Liam was taken off, so I said, have a good one, Liam.
Oh, sorry. Oh, he's leaving. Tron says, lockdown never bothered me. It's when they stopped the 6-foot distancing when I had the stress. Peter Brickman says, living in Perth, our border was shut off from the rest of the world, even the rest of Australia. I worked more hours a day during COVID than I ever had before in my life. Yellow X says, I just keep building until the bad thoughts go away. And so we'll talk about that a little bit too. Sometimes like I try to do that and then I get frustrated with myself or frustrated with like the basement flood or like the level of sorting that's been done and like how long it takes to find some pieces that I'm just like, it doesn't provide that for me. And trying to figure out the balance of like cleaning all this up and building instead of just diving into building where it might create an unhealthy atmosphere. Tron is a natural introvert. The Bricklerican says, even great streams such as Brickworld help me feel connected when I'm low and feel included and not alone. Thank you for that. Liam says, COVID pushed you up to 32 hours a week. Let's let's see.
I was in a unique environment when I first started with COVID and all that, because I was working back then when that all first started. And I was actually working private security for the state of Arkansas at the time. We had a retired medical facility that required property control the entire time. So I was actually doing property control for that time. And the company that I had a hard time getting people to actually work for them. So I was doing shifts that were 16, 18 hours long, going home and then coming back the next day and doing another shift. So the overworking and not managing my time correctly really affected me to the point where I was hospitalized once for vertigo because of a lack of sleep and hydration and stuff like that. So the physical aspects of just overdoing things was very apparent to me. And now I'm very much retired and enjoying it. So
good. I say when we were preparing for the stream, Austiff and I talked a lot about and he posted a video about this week about when and we just had a comment about this in the chat from Brick Larkin. The keeping up with social media and reaching out to the community and trying to keep people connected and make yourself a brand that's based on connecting people and being community focused sometimes can be a double-edged sword.
Yeah, easily.
Well, you have an image that you have to maintain, so it makes it difficult for you to have your weaknesses be public and seen, because then well, is this going to diminish the brand? Is this going to hurt the community that we're trying to build and work on? And the hardest part is for people to see and realize and understand that the people behind these brands are human. They're normal people. Shoot, go to a show with you and walk around, and you're more human than anybody I know, with the trying to stop and talk and hug and be everything for everyone. So, that's the downside of being a brand as a person.
I feel like because Brickworld is the size that it is, that I get away with more than other people would. And that's just my opinion. It feels like everything that I've been through and everything that I've done publicly as me. I
think your value is that you're very upfront with who you are about the brand and everything. So take a little pat on the back there for a second and realize that you are very genuine with what you put out there for the brand. So that's a testament to you and to Brickworld, and what you strive for with the community is that genuine aspect with everything in Brickworld.
If that works, then I do still I appreciate that a ton. I do still feel a bit lucky that I get just that little bit of more leeway space to play with and force some of these things into conversation, but to jump on at 1 a.m, trash out of my mind and play Animal Crossing, and nobody's like, should we be following this person? Because people just kind of forgive it, and just because it's Brickworld, and people have known me for a long time. I think the way you demonstrate vulnerability is a wonderful thing. Thank you. Contra Bricks Build Craze says the online Lego community on YouTube, Insta from USA to Australia was great. Live stream to connect when we couldn't go to as many places as we were used to going to till that reopened. Yeah, we certainly tried. We made some missteps. But outside of the pandemic, just mental health in general. Ben is shadow bannering here. Mental health in general, I think is something that Lego can really help with in many ways. And I've kind of left this as a blank slate for us to talk about. How does mental health affect the Lego hobbyist in all the ways that we do so? I've already talked about how sometimes I'm I can't wait to build. I can't wait till this is happening. And I'm just off and floating off in my little creative world. And then I can't find the pieces, or the technique doesn't work. And I'm just I wish I wouldn't even started. The sort of the spiral that can send you in the other direction. When you're trying to do something that feels like a close friend, but at the end of the day is just a piece of plastic. and only does what it can do, and might not give you exactly what you need.
Yeah.
I have problems sorting. I absolutely hate it. I dread it. It is the worst thing ever for me. Unfortunately, in this environment, doing what we do,
For
you have
all
to
of us.
sort. It's a period of time. So, when it comes to that type of thing, I have to pick those good days and convince myself, hey, I need to sort today because I'm in a mindset to be able to handle it without it being a stressor or a frustration or anything like that. When I get to a point of building a mock or doing something and having parts that the math isn't mathing to try and line things up, I will step away. I've got Lego books in my desk here that I'll pull out and I'll flip through them just to take my mind and put it somewhere else, but in Lego. So that's for me to be able to step away for a quick break. Otherwise, I will step out of the room and walk away completely.
So Ben, I've had this idea for a while, and I feel like it's a little self-serving with all the stuff that we've talked about doing with like special presentations about like building hexagons or like how to build for packing or like how to pack for a show or how to pack into a suitcase if you're flying from overseas. One thing I'd like to do is just turn on the live stream 1 hour a week, like say Tuesday nights, and just have a chill sorting stream. Like where maybe we don't even like talk or encourage people to comment. We just play music and sort, just to encourage people like, hey, Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Central, it's sorting time. So join us if you want to. Like that's sort of like giving it, something that the entire community feels they need to like pay attention to and giving a space for it to happen. Not like we'd be in charge of that, but just like giving a space for it to happen if people do want to do that.
Well, I know there are. Didn't somebody say they were in something called Sort Lug?
Yes, who did say that?
Where maybe it was Monica or
it might have been
somebody,
Monica.
Where they they just sort for like 6 hours on Sundays or something. There are a number of sorting streams out there where people are really relaxed. I don't know if the Tainted are into something like that. They might be. I guess,
like I said, it's a little self-serving. It'll force me to sort at least an hour a week.
Well, so I guess for me, that's part of being attached to the live stream now, right? Is that it's always been for me, as General Tronbricks indicated, as a natural introvert, to need time alone.
Yeah.
And so time alone for me is usually doing something Lego related. When I get out of mini dark ages or whatever, then for me it's oftentimes video games. Sometimes it is exercise, but something where there's no interruptions, start working on a project. And for me it's been difficult if we're coming up on Sunday and I haven't had any time during the week to do anything, get the live stream stuff ready, any of that. And it's just compounded by the fact that I haven't had my own break, and then that I also don't want to let anyone down on the stream for failing to be ready.
Yes.
And we push the limit sometimes about how far into it we get. Sometimes we have very productive meetings a week. Sometimes there's no time for that. And I tell you, I'll have the topics out there and we'll run with it. This is where we are. So, there's like this part for me where the Lego hobby, if I didn't have it, I would replace it with something else that I would do by myself that needs a creative outlet.
Yeah.
And so this is, a non-destructive version, I hope.
You're right.
Except for maybe on my wallet sometimes, to do stuff. But that's kind of, I think for me, the biggest struggle is that not being able to do it is far more detrimental than anything else. It's
100%.
It's like needed time is what it is.
And that's something the stream has given to me, is like carving out time to build, which I wasn't doing before we started doing this. And I missed it. I missed it a lot because like buying Brickworld and taking over the business was a lot less creative than I thought it would be. And I can come up with ideas, but like getting them to actually work and moving all the pieces together and creating the things that needed to be there to make those new ideas happen, we're bogged down by finances and legal mumbo jumbo and just businessing in general. And so in that, like, I'm glad we do this, but I feel the same way where it's just like, if I don't do what I said I do, if I don't build for the week, if I don't come up with a close call, I'm gonna be letting people down. So again, it's one of those double-edged swords. A couple of great comments here. And all your comments are great. But Falco Rich says, nowadays I do most of my mocking in studio because the inventory freedom, but as a side effect also means less sorting. Same. I do exactly that. Karma's loving backhand says, I find that Lego content on my YouTube is the rainbow amid the negative metaphorical MK Ultra storm that is the rest of the algorithm. Love that. Austiff and I talked a lot about that this week in our meeting to set up this stream. Bearded Brickman says, I just hook the boat up and go out in the ocean. Oh my God, I would love to be able to do that. I live by a lake, but I don't have a kayak. Al Goff says, when I was doing a new build, I was so excited about it that I worked nonstop except for going to work. I'd put a movie in or some music on and just build. I miss that feeling. Austiff and I talked about this quite a bit with what we've been going through with our mental health. Sometimes it's hard to get excited about things anymore.
Yeah, I'm
that's
facing
like
that
the stab for me. It's the hardest part when I finally sit down. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go work on this. And if I'm interrupted like 2 seconds into sitting down because somebody needs something, it's like I can't handle myself. I snap. It's just like, man, I finally felt like I was going to get that release. And now, one thing and then another thing and then another thing. And I love my kids, but they walk into the room with the cat 2 seconds after I've sat down, and I'm like, now you guys are going to have to bring it back up. It's nice to see you. Oh, thank you for the hug. Of course, I love the hug. But I literally had an idea of what I was going to do 2 seconds from now, and now I can't do it. And it's just, just drives me bonkers when that happens. Then I got to just think, it's hard because you're like, it's not the most important thing that I'm building Lego. I know it's not. But at the same time, if I don't do it, then I'm going to be
to you. Yeah,
a complete jerk to my kids or to my wife.
Sanity check of being able to have that break to build the Lego so that you can have a better temperance for all of the other things, including family.
Yeah.
Right. But
welcome
like
in, Jesse.
You do that. It's just like, I'm getting my break so I can be better. But then if you interrupt me, I'm just a disaster again. It's just terrible.
Also, if you were saying that you're dealing with this right now.
Yeah, and like a lot of different ways, I'm definitely in this hobby for like the wrong reasons, of all the reasons you could get into it. If we're being completely honest, like for me, it's like it's almost like a tethered connection with my dad I never got to have. And it's because my dad was the one who introduced me to Star Wars, as most stories are now, the people in my age group. But that was the only time him and I ever felt connected, ever. And it's like, he would always spend more time with my brother. Anything my brother did, my dad was with him, no matter what. So there's definitely, as much as like they say there wasn't like the favoritism between us two boys and that, but you could definitely tell in his mind there was. Because it's like, that's the whole reason why I went into baseball or martial arts, was because I wanted my dad to be there too. And then the only time my dad was ever present was with Star Wars. And then once he found out about Lego Star Wars, and that's when I did, and that's when we had that first connection. Was like, okay, hey, now we can actually do something together. But then my brother got into it, and then it became that. So me doing the hobby has essentially been like an unhealthy coping mechanism of trying to revert back to that moment of, feeling accepted in a way. So it's almost like I'm always in a race with myself to kind of keep pushing that, if that makes any sense at all.
Yeah.
I keep chasing.
100%. Hey, panel, raise your hand if you have thought of a dead parent while building something or done it for them.
Yes.
We're all in the same club.
Yeah. And it's like,
and
then that even followed me even to when I joined the military, because when my brother joined the Marine Corps, that was the first time any of us ever heard my dad go, "Hey, we're proud of you." And then fast forward when it was my turn, didn't get that because my brother did it. because he's like, it wasn't until he about, right around the time he took his life, he goes, I never said I was proud of you because you were trying to model yourself after someone else. I wanted you to go out and be different. And then that's where I'm like, shoot. It kind of made sense, but at the same time, like, man, this is a double-edged sword for you and me. It's like, not only, we were being completely honest because we knew, like, his, backstory. He had severe leukemia and it wasn't much time left. And it was, whatever time he did have, it was uncomfortable because he went through it the first time, went through chemo. It was like, second time, like, nope, I'm just going to do it. I'm going out on my terms. That's it. And then he was like, just, be there for your mom because she's clearly going to need it because I'm not going to be there anymore. And so all these flags are hitting me or whatever. And I'm like, okay, dude, what's going on? And then that's when he was like, yeah, that's why I was never proud of you is because of that. But now I can say I am. And then I'm not sure if that was like a moment where he was like, we both realized this, like the moments where he failed as a dad, I failed as a son. So it was very much that fight, fighting that balance. Because anytime he tried to connect, I would shut down that connection. And then when I tried, it was like a game of tug of war with no winner. And then, then that's when he died is when I really got into the hobby. Like I always, had, involvement with the Lego, but I didn't know there was a whole Lego community out there. So I guess like when he died is when I got that gap. And I found Life Bricks. Then that's where I ultimately found ACOB, and that's where I found Mark and Brickworld. And everyone else underneath that hat and umbrella of all these different melting pots of communities that make one. And then probably after last year's Brickworld, Sean was like, hey, dude, you're really funny. You should probably start this. I'm like, okay. So I went into it and I would hit the ground running type thing. As soon as I figured it out, like what I wanted to do, like, yeah, I put like an episode out, every week for a few months. One Direction, great. And then I realized, hey, I'm not doing a lot of other things, but yeah, that one episode a week. But as you guys know, it takes like 40 hours to get that one episode planned and ready to go. It doesn't include like, what topics you want to go, thumbnail, then, okay, how do I advertise it? How do I swing it? How do I gain people to come see and introduce them to Lego if they haven't even been in Lego, but also be involved in everyone else's stories? It's that stuff. And then, fast forward up to now, it really set into me. I was talking to Nate and I was also talking to Mark about it. Like, and even if you watch a video, I attended my cousin's wedding. I was like, it kind of like all hit me at once. I'm like, here I am. I put my life in like a freeze still to try and catch up with that coping mechanism, I said before. And then also I neglected everything else because like a lot of people know I'm really into jiu-jitsu. I was looking through I journal every day, make sure of it. And out of curiosity, I went back into my jiu-jitsu log where I marked down every session I go to because, I was going like 2 times a day, 6 days a week, always going, just wanting to get better, and compete where I can. And then when I was writing that journal, I have not gone consistently since April 9th. And that's where I'm like, shoot, I literally was so, and I wasn't even involved with my own stuff. People were asking me to do this stuff and that stuff. Like, hey, can you help me with this? I'm like, sure. I just want to be a good guy, so I'm going to help everyone where I can. At the point where I overexpended myself, I didn't even know it. And then it's just like, shoot. So now when I was at that wedding, it's like, man, they all were living their life. And here I am at this wedding still like designing like an idea for a thumbnail underneath like the wedding, like the table at the reception. I'm like, where's this cut off at? And it's like, that's why I'm like, I sat down when I got back and made that video because like, yes, I still want to be in this, but at what point is too much or too little? We all have to take a step back to realize that lens, like what other aspects are we missing out on as much as we love this? Like, I'm not saying
I can tell you I've taken many times to reset and get back on track with where the goals that I wanted to go were. I've had so many branches come off of my life that I don't know how I ended up out where I was, and then had to turn around and either backtrack or figure out how to cut back over to get back on track with where I was and where I wanted to do. So don't beat yourself up over thinking and looking at it and being like, how did I get this far off from where I thought I would be at this age or at this point in my life? Or, when you're sitting at a wedding and you're like, who's sitting next to me? And it's not who I thought it should be. So don't beat yourself up over that. There's plenty of time, metaphorically, to reassess and get back on track. Okay. I never thought that I would be widowed at 41, but for me to be in that type of situation and then have to reassess my goals and my direction in life, there's monumental things happen in our lives. So don't stress I'm not where I'm at. Just reconsider how do I get back over to where I want to be?
Yeah.
And then also, do I do it myself or can I get people to help me to get back on there? Because you're sitting in a chat with 3 other people right now that originally you two planned out the chat. I wasn't expected to be here, but we're a community. We're friends. We're here for that. So.
And, kind of elaborate on, I appreciate that. And, it wasn't so much of like who I was sitting next to. It was more so of like, I was trying to do too much where, I shut out my family where I didn't even know they were engaged until like 3 or 4 weeks till the wedding. Where I was, talking to my mom, she goes, oh yeah, I told you this back in January. I'm like, oh. So it's like, you keep going at like this. I guess it was my priorities of life weren't straight. Like, I wasn't spending time with my other hobbies. And it was like a pivotal moment where it's like, maybe I should let go, still, keep my foot on the gas, but not go like 15 instead of 45, go under. And, and the one part where Al goes saying, with my dad, the times where he wasn't with my brother, he would be getting drunk and, he was a very abusive fella towards my mother. And then he was mentally abusive against me to the point where like I would sign up for something. He'd be like, okay, quit because you're not going to be good at it. Just don't. Just stuff like that on repeat. So it's like anytime I tried to get ahead or whatever. And then that mind frame also went into, with me in school. Like I probably went from sophomore year to senior year completely alone. Like it was at the point where the janitor would sit with me at lunch so I wouldn't sit alone. It was that type thing. So it's like, it can deal a lot with you. And then, I'd always have the little laptop up. I'd be looking at like Bricklink, little sets or whatever. Yeah. And so it became like the unidentifiable, like coping. But now I'm ranting, so
no, you're good. You're totally good. You need to do this sometimes. You need to just be able to get all of this out. I want to bring up this comment because I think it's pertinent to what we're talking about. Mm-hmm. Karma's Loving Backhand says, thanks, guys. I wasn't expecting a trauma bond on a LEGO stream tonight. I really appreciate you guys sharing it. It means a lot to me. I lost someone not too long ago. It's tough, and LEGO is helping me. So what I hear you saying, I've done a lot of research on this, and what I found was that sometimes when you have, I'm going to get real specific. I'm going to regurgitate some of the audiobooks I've listened to. When you have an inconsistent source of nurturing as a child, you will be more likely to collect things and engage in a hobby that gives you a different world to control and feel as your friends and family. And so it's not the worst reason to get into LEGO. It's not the worst reason to get into LEGO at all. It's a great reason to get into LEGO because it's a safe place for you. And so when you connect to your dad that way, that's your experience, of course. But I think knowing you, from what I know of you, I told you this. It's like you seem to be this type of person who has like such good connection with their own heart that you have the ability to like touch people in their spot just by saying hello, just by meeting them for like 5 minutes. So something in your life has turned you into that person, and that's fantastic. And if that's what you need, you need this Naboo world, you need to create Naboo because that's what you love. And you fell in love with that movie and you fell in love with that setting from that movie. And now you want to create it because of your passion for it. that's how we cope sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And if that's where you connected to your father, it's like, I see it from what I'm hearing you say. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a professional. I'm not a doctor, in case you didn't know. That's it right there. It's like pulling in that nurturing that gives you safety. That gives you the nurturing you didn't get from this father who did all these things that you just said.
Mm-hmm. That's 100% truth, I believe. And then I think that's also why I had this, fixation with superheroes growing up, is because they provide you that almost like that mentorship that's absent, because you see oh, this is good, this is bad. Don't do this, but do this. That's why it's always.
Thank you, Ben.
Oh, that's great. Time.
Ben's banner game is on point.
Yes.
No better bro in the business than Ben.
No, that's Peen. That's Peen. That's why I came, just for the banner game. I'm joking, but
just for the banner game. Yeah, no, I wouldn't blame you. Good reason to come.
But it's like, and then fast forward, I went to the Army, and I think where you were saying where I learned to be able to, bond with people, it was very much there.
100%.
A lot of the guys,
I joined the military, Austin.
Yep.
I joined because the home life that I had was not ideal for me or my character.
Yeah. And that was, that was similar for me. And then, around me, in this basic training environment with 80 other dudes, this is all their first time being away from home. And you're like, oh, I miss my parents. Da, 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 da. And and I didn't feel that personally, because it's I felt disconnected already my whole life, and, plus, I was always connected. I was really close with my mom always, she saw what was going on, and she was, but also, she was,
you guys needed each other.
Yeah.
You guys needed each other. She was nurturing you and you were nurturing her because you were in the same boat.
Yeah.
That's a very different type of bond.
Yeah, it is.
Sorry.
And then, also stemming from that is, I never had that father nurture, where it's okay, go do it, so that was always missing. And that's where I always looked into it, with Superman, Daredevil, and, the Flash were always that thing, being that fatherly anchor in a way.
And you literally said that at the beginning of the stream, is that Superman connected with you because he led with his heart and he helped people.
Yep. And I think that's why I always identified with him so much.
We're not professionals.
No, we're not professionals. But, going back where I think I learned that skills are, I had to nurture all these other dudes that were this was also their first time getting screamed at or stuff thrown at them. Wait, the Army does not throw or hit people. They don't do that.
You were put in a position of being able to lead through experience, unfortunately, having been in an environment of a lack of paternal leadership like that. So
yes,
rest reassured in yourself that you were able to do that, unfortunately, because of your life experiences up to that point. So going forward, just remember that sometimes we have weaknesses when we're growing up that can become our strengths later because we've been able to experience those and move forward through those. So
hell yes.
being traumatized early in life can sometimes be a strength later. So
yeah, that's true.
Not a mistake, a happy accident. I can't hide this comment anymore. I love it so much. Nate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Austiff, can I ask you a question before you continue? I apologize for interrupting. Are you the youngest as well?
Mm-hmm.
So the other part of my research, I'm the youngest as well. Shows that so you were born into a family system that already existed, and so you were born basically destined to be a people pleaser because you wanted this family system to be secure, and you knew everybody. You pulled in every ounce of information you can get It was there, that structure was set. And so your job in your head was to make sure that everybody was happy, keep them happy.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Again, not
That's
a professional, but I've read stuff.
True.
Okay.
That's truth, though. Because it's like, by the time I got into before I even got into my teen years, my siblings were all moved out. So it's like, I never had, but I knew they were always there, and then they were there to, be the attention or whatever. So it's like, when it's just you, you're like, what do I do? It's like this awkwardness for the rest of it, because you never had that experience beforehand. So it's like,
And then sometimes you feel like you're trying too hard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like you'll be talking at dinner time. It's like, okay, I'm just gonna shut up now and just eat my food. It's just that. And it's ironic, And then when you all do get together, it doesn't feel the same at all, because you're still chasing that childhood remembrance. And then now it's like, my sister, she has 2 beautiful children, and my brother, he's married, doing his thing, Beast. Yeah. So
we have that.
Yeah.
I've read stuff, and that's not even accurate. I listened to it on audio.
And you did it in a room.
I've listened to this exactly.
And here's the thing: you did it in a room with just 2 chairs and a mannequin sitting in the other. So therefore, it was professional.
We're missing lots of comments here. Oh, thank you.
I'm sure many of us gone to Lego before thinking about mental health, and then find out how much Lego helps. Many people use it in a tool in many ways. Yeah, I was going to say, listening to all these stories, like, just from my observation, obviously Austiff says shared a lot about what brought him into it. I know Mark has been open about this too, so there's no reason to say otherwise. A lot of his introduction to Lego was escapism from being a closeted gay child. For me, personally, I had a hip surgery when I was a kid, and so I wasn't able to be as physically active. So I needed to use imagination as an escape to, connect with something else. So I don't know if every Lego fan we meet has some sort of, deep rooted mental health issue that ties into the hobby or not. But just like Contra's saying, it could be that you just didn't realize that that's what the connection was, that there is something. And even though
apparent with Lego, Lego actually started by a widower that lost his wife. The whole reason that Lego exists is out of trauma and caring for a family. So I don't know if it's ingrained in the brand that that's the whole purpose or why it resonates so well in those types of situations. But I definitely think there is a connection bigger than anybody can really identify in that respect of being able to have Lego as a coping mechanism for social and mental and physical trauma that we've had to deal with.
Yeah.
Right. Well, maybe that's something to think about it at Brickworld. These people whose MOCs you adore, everything else, what pushed them into this could have been some sort of issue like this, some sort of tragedy, something you guys could bond over, not just how cool it is, but like why they build. And you might be like me, an introvert. You'd never ask anyone in person. On the stream, it's different.
Maybe that may be a good session to have, is just a retrospective session of what got you into Lego. Just to put that thought out there for people to think about at Brickworld of not only what got you into it, but what got someone else into it.
Yeah, and I'm sure there's surface level issues. Oh, I saw this set and I loved it. Oh, I saw this. But you're still doing it now. Like, is there some connection to it that keeps you coming back that's more than just, I think it looks cool, right? And, I think for a lot of people, the answer is probably yes. Either that or, we just sort of all end up on the stream together because we all have similar lived experiences in some fashion. Not identical, clearly, for any of us, but we all kind of had some need to use it as a tool to cope.
I'm just here hoping some of Ben's building ability rubs off on me. So,
Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. That's probably its own mental illness, is like a strive to, reach out or be better, or
geez, call me out like
continue
that. Ouch.
to exceed what you've done before. Like for some people, it probably is just, I want to build a set that Lego produces, put it together. It gives me time to use my imagination and sit by myself. For other people, it's like, okay, I've built this, but I don't love it. I need to do something else. I need to change this. I could have done that better. And I'm sure I could have done that better is its own, mental health issue
I've talked on that a little bit
struggle with.
before. That you have builders that are instruction builders. They like the set, they build the set, they want to display the set. And that's it for them. That is their passion, is they like the model aspect of it and the ease of assembly without having to glue it, or like, normal model sets and stuff like that, where you have to, trim it up, sand it, paint it, and do all of those types of things, where they can buy a set like this and actually assemble it in that respect. So there are those people, and that's their niche with Lego. And I would like to say that is a majority of it, but I don't think it is. I think there's a much deeper aspect to Lego in people's lives all the way around.
Baller transition.
Look at how bad the lifestyle shots are. There's got to be trauma in every one of those lifestyle shots. So
maybe.
All right, I want to hit some of these great comments we had during that conversation. Thomas Pagola says, Austiff, listening to you, there are a lot of similarities to my growing up. I turned to scouting for that. Bearded Brickman gives you big hugs. Pocket Master as well. Falco Rich says, back to this from early. My set came out early March. I showed it to my sister, and she was very happy because she saw it meant a lot to me. That was the last time I saw her. She passed away on my birthday later that month. I'm so sorry to hear that. Working my Brickworld display and looking forward to the conversation, giving much needed distraction. Damn, sorry. It was great seeing all the builds, hanging with online friends in person, and meeting new people. Very, very sorry for your loss. Let's see. Counter Bricks Build Craze said, I'm sure many of it. Oh, you already brought this up. Sorry.
Yeah, that was the one. Yep.
Can confirm I have a Lego problem. Can confirm I have a problem. Sorry, I misread that.
Problem. Period. Yep.
Let's see. Yep. Love this. Karma's loving backhand says, loved it as a child. I remember building my first set under a table during the dance at a military wedding. That's amazing. I've got pictures of me building under our kitchen table on Easter morning. So, like I said, I do appreciate the transition that we just got to, because Austiff, I have something for you. I think this is a good place to turn the conversation at the moment. The next topic on the show run is possibilities. So, Austiff, I've always learned that visualizing success is a very good technique for fighting depression, trauma, XYZ. And so I built this for you.
Oh. Well, shucks. Look at that. And it's even wearing the same shirt I wear. Oh wait, that's me.
There's a mini one. Yeah, it's you and me and the guy who plays Superman, Corn Sweat.
Yeah, what a guy.
And it's at Brickworld.
Yeah, this is gonna be framed on my wall.
We're visualizing possibilities. Again, AI could not keep the small Superman out of it. I asked 5 times, and it was just like, yeah, let me get that mini Superman out of there. And then it just kept doing it. And then I looked less and less like me. You always looked like you. Hell cannot create an image of me for its life. But it got Superman for sure.
Did you try saying, make the nose more protuberant?
It got the nose right, sir.
Oh.
It didn't get like the rest of the face or the eye. It can't make blue eyes for its life. However, this is something you and I talked about, Austiff. We're visualizing getting this guy to Brickworld next year.
Yeah, I'm trying hard.
So I'd love to hear from the panel. What do we visualize for Brickworld and the AFOL community, just in general, our hobby going forward? What's your one wish?
What is the theme for next year?
Such great heights.
Such great heights.
Ooh.
We're gonna make this happen, Austiff. We're gonna get this guy to come to
has a
Brickworld.
fondness for being a Lego character. So if we have a company that wants to make a series of his figure as him, I don't know if they could legally do that without any IP issues or not, but
he does not care. He has said several times in interviews, he's like, you know, he did it in the Hot Toys, and then he did it in like the Funko thing. He goes, yeah, these are all great products and all, you know, but I am.
That would be a phenomenal show character, seeing how San Diego Comic-Con does exclusive show figures as well. So I don't know if Lego would be on board with a signature soaring to new heights.
Lego?
Brickworld.
We don't need Lego for this.
Well, I know we don't need Lego.
I know you guys talked about it a little earlier. You have 2 Supermans in this picture.
Yes.
I feel like we need this new guy. What's his name?
David
Cornsweat.
We need him, and we need Cavill there, because Henry Cavill is a well-known nerd. He loves painting Warhammer figures. He builds custom computers. He does PC gaming. Let's send him the Ice Planet PC and be like, Henry, you need to come too with Cornsweat, double Superman, just like this picture.
Yes,
and play the Witcher game on your computer.
Oh my
Absolutely.
gosh! Yes.
Get Wild Hunt up on there.
Real quick, 2 things about David Cornsweat. He also has blue eyes, and ChatGPT couldn't make that happen. But he's also big into supporting charities for children, and we support 7, 8? No, there's 8 of them. Yeah. No, there's 7. And so maybe that's the maybe we talk to K-Town Bricks and talk to our charity partners and say, hey, we'd like David Cornsweat and Henry Cavill at our convention. Let's make this happen. I think this would be exciting, and I think that's the next step for Brickworld. To me, would be having like fan signings for like people who are part of the Lego community, but also badass people who care about their communities in general. As Austiff told us earlier tonight, David Cornsweat did his best to like enhance the community's not enhance the community experience to benefit the community that he was in while filming this movie.
And I think we would have a really good shot with getting David to Chicago, because 2 things, out of all the toys and stuff, he said, Lego, I am pissed off at you. You didn't make me a Lego, so make me a Lego or we're going to have some words. And 2, his wife, he's always been into Lego, especially Lego Star Wars is his niche. His wife, as like a post-wrap of film gift, got him the UCS Millennium Falcon that during opening weekend, he just sat and just built it in a room for 2 days. No phone, no nothing. Just escape from the world. And I'm like, shoot, he's already into Lego.
Well, he's cut from the same cloth we are.
Yep. That's
awesome.
Everybody that's watching the live right now, or if you're watching it on repeat, throw it in the comments, hashtag his name, and hashtag Superman.
Hell yes. Good call. Thank you, Brickhead Builds.
We know
you also do this.
Greg. Oh, right on my face. We know that Greg at London Calling, also a big Superman guy. He would totally freak out about this too. He's, posted 900 things about the Superman movie. Get all of his folks on board too. He loves to come to a Brickworld. He can bring Superman with him. Why not?
Yes.
I'll bring the American one.
Copy and paste.
And Greg can bring the British one.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Why don't we get them all? Just
we got
everybody that's played it and is still alive, and we want them here.
Not Dean Cain.
Anyway, anyone notice Tom Welling like Lego?
Oh, good question.
He's kind of disappeared from the limelight. I bet he's a Lego guy. Let's find out.
All right, let's go. While we ponder over this, and I do want to know for you guys what you visualize as Lego success, to give you like a good goal going forward for the year, just like get you some sort of like, what's the North Star for your Lego hobby for the year. I'll go over these comments while you think about that. Contra Bricks Build Craze says, what got me into Lego, thanks to my nan or mom buying me a few sets when I was a little boy in the early 80s, and then got got back into, well, I don't know, Lego 12 years back. It seems to be in the blood and for other reasons. Liam says, yeah, Austiff says, sending you big hugs, mate. Too cool for for the picture. Stiff, we know what the best AI picture is.
No.
What is the best AI picture?
He AI'd a Photoshop picture of him hugging me while we're sharing a room at the Rennie.
Nice. Bearded Brickman will put the costume on. I'm okay with that. I would take that as a consolation to getting David Cornsweat there at the convention. Alphonse says, do not involve K-Town if you want to do that. I don't think they want the attention from IP people. Okay. I wasn't thinking K-Town. I was thinking more Citizen Brick, actually. He's not afraid of that. Amy Schultz says, you would then need to change the weekly badge price to $500. I would definitely pay it, though. I wouldn't do that.
In all respect, Citizen Brick would probably do it because Lego won't do it.
Mm-hmm.
That 100%.
Let me cook up a design and then I can give it to someone.
Yeah, cook it up. Yeah, please do.
I'd have to figure out that though.
Alphonse says signings at Comic-Con per person was like minimum $200. Well, we're not going to do that. It's for charity though, so you better pay $200 to have him sign whatever. Karma's Loving Backhand says, if they autograph some Superman sets for auction, they would be great to raise money for a good cause in the community. If there were Superman sets, it's frustrating they didn't make it. Yeah, exactly. Maybe Tyler can sign his UCS Falcon. Yep, getting it. Bearded Brickman says, I'll be the Australian Superman.
Yes.
I am 100% on. You should be, if we get him or not. Please come dressed as Superman, Bearded.
That'd be epic.
I would love that. Falco Rich says, I like to see Sammy Sullivan at Brickworld. She's an Olympic medalist. Oh, the rugby player, right?
There was a little confusion this year to get her here. We're hoping next year to be able to get her there as well.
I really, really want her there. Tron says, I got to head out. Oh, thanks for joining us tonight. We'll miss you. Catch the rest on replay if I can get the close calls together, but it's already 10, so maybe I just won't bother. Alphonse says, I'd at least contact them first before contacting out. Oh, sure. We're going to do both at the same time, though. Amy Schultz says, Bearded, there's a costume time during Brickworld. Yeah, but this is different. We want Super Bearded the entire weekend. Yeah, exactly.
In a Hawaiian shirt for the Hawaiian.
Costume versus being. I want him to be Super Bearded the entire weekend. Clever Pig says, my Lego North Star has been meeting and talking to other creators. Building is awesome. I like making videos, but connecting with other like-minded people has and continues to be amazing. Very well said, Clever Pig. Thank you. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's start with Brick Dead Builds. What's your North Star for this next year?
My North Star for this next year is building to a level for a collaboration that I was invited to this year. Knowing the quality of the builders that I'm building with and wanting to make sure that I build to that standard and quality, for one, my personal accomplishment, but two, so that other people can appreciate the quality of builds for the entire collaboration.
And
so that's my goal.
I've seen what you're planning, and you've planned more than any of us have. Well, I haven't shown what I've done, but I think it's cute. I think it's really, really well built, and I think it'll fit right in with our style. So don't think twice about that. But I'm so happy to have you part of it, and thank you for sharing your creation.
Well, and that was the thing too. Is
cool.
I've read some of the previous collaborations and styles for doing certain things, and I wanted to make sure that it would fit appropriately with the look and the theme that is going to be there for this year. So, and that was just my concern, was making sure that this was my idea, this is what I'm looking at, and I want to make sure it fits. And it's about a 16 by 16 plus or minus, so it's going to be fun, large, man. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So
I'm excited you're part of that group, because I think we're all cut from the same cloth, and you will fit right in. and you're already proving it, as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, how about Ben Hauger? Ben Hauger, North Star for this year. You've had a very successful Brickworld this year. You probably ticked a lot of boxes this year, I would say.
I did, but that's my yeah. I guess 100%. My problem is going to be that this next year, I want to prove, maybe only to myself, maybe not, that I deserved it.
I did that too. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're the only person who cares about that.
I feel like I got to build more. Wow. It's strange because I feel like I got to build more. I don't know.
Okay. Well, fair enough. That's your feeling.
I want everyone to be like,
and
I get it now. That's what
I can't tell you. I can't tell you your feeling is wrong. So you do you.
Okay.
I will help you do that if you need it. Austiff, got a North Star for this year?
It's like split between two. I would say, find like striking that balance between everything, with Lego, and then, translate, with life, and then making sure I'm able to still hit the other things I want to do outside of Lego, and then decide what the hell it is I want to build. It's like I want to do Naboo, but there's also something else tugging at me too. So being able to figure out. I don't want to spoil the movie for anyone.
Okay.
It's in the trailer, so I guess it's not spoiling. But
you have to go into a lot of detail.
No, one of my favorite buildings in where I live, I always went there whenever I could growing up. It's called the Arcade of Cleveland. If you're able to, I encourage pulling up a picture because it's beautiful, especially during Christmas time. Like if you look it up during Christmas time, it's absolutely beautiful, and it's just like the lights are just there. And there's a scene where Superman takes Lois in there and they float and do the kiss. That's in the trailer, but that is just, I don't know. I like the architecture style of inside of the arcade. I don't know what it would be called, but it's just so pretty to look at, and it's like that'd be neat to figure out how to build that, because there's all these little shops, and you could have like a suit tailor in one part of it, a barber shop because that's there, and then an Aunt Annie's or whatever. There's so many things you can do.
I love Aunt Annie's.
It's so good, but it's those two things. I'm like, I can't afford to do both, so it's only one or the other. So it's like, they're both.
So that?
Yep, that's the arcade.
Nice.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, I can see that being a nice modular.
Yeah, and it's like, there I wouldn't have to worry about, finding a reference material of like how to build it, because I can just walk right to it. If I have any questions, I can just look at it.
I would say two paths lie before you. There's a lot of reference material out there for Naboo, yes, but you would be making your own creative place for it. Like you'd be making your own like creative composition for how to represent it in that space that you want to. There's one way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of depends on if you want to like lean in more creatively, or if you want to do a replica of something that exists and make it fit that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
True. But they're both really pretty landscapes.
I can see you. So. I can see you doing either one and doing them well. So don't question that aspect of it, other than which one really speaks to you and you want to build.
Well, shucks. I think I'm at the point where I appreciate kind of words. I might have to, just do a good old fashioned coin toss. I think that's what
right.
Like, well, the gods have spoken. Oh, Jazzy, I like her comment. It could be a book nook.
Oh, good. Jazzy's a genius. I cannot wait to meet her.
Make sure all the books are turned the other way so that we don't see the spines.
Dude, no, we need a book nook for our Superman comic books.
Yeah, just make sure they're all turned backwards so you can't see the spines.
Slightly upscaled book nook.
Austiff, you have 4 ideas now. You have 4 ideas to build for this year. And like, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for you to like be able to like build your first big mock.
Yeah.
Hey Ben, if you don't mind, while I'm putting the close calls together, if you can bring up some of the comments, they seem to be pouring in a bit.
Yeah. There was this question here about, can we have a dress up disco at Brickworld? Nobody is stopping you from dressing up at Brickworld.
That would be baller.
Also, nobody's
Saturday
stopping you
night.
from when we open up the activity leader form submission. All the activities at Brickworld are run by the fans for the fans, and we do like the opening ceremonies, closing ceremonies, the auction, the comedy show. Like we do those. Like there's maybe like 5 events that we run. Every other workshop, presentation, competition, social activity, XYZ is run by us opening up this activity leader set drafts form through your registration. So if you want to have a custom disco ball, you submit to run it. We will give you the space. I will talk with you, and I will get you a disco. I will get you a disco ball. I will get you a disco ball.
Can we have Saturday Night Fever playing on a screen in the back?
That's up to whoever's running the event, Austiff. Like, what?
Once the event is scheduled, you can definitely step in and help organize that if you would like. To just say, this is what we need to do.
Every single event has a projector and a screen available. So if you have a laptop that plays Saturday Night Fever, then
it's happening.
Get it.
Liam says you could come as your favorite Lego fig. Well, 2 things I want to say this. First of all, people do this. Tim Lighty, who is, very buttoned up, has shown up as Adventure Boy looking like Johnny Thunder. On more than one occasion, just for no reason. And second of all, if we are doing this, I want to be Lego Man from our Lego Crimes episode 100%. Let's see here.
Yes. I can grow my hair to do that for next year, actually.
Yeah, I might come as a
Talk about goals.
fig. Yeah, why not?
Oh my God, yes, we need that. We need more Paradisa figs in our lives.
Yes.
Yeah, Alphonse says I could see the arcade just being something like minifig habitats to make modular shops as a collab. Well, we don't want to steal Austiff's thunder. Plus, we have our own Tonya collab as it stands.
That's actually really... I like that idea.
Just for Austin to build it as his own. He could build them as modules to then put it together. So
certainly could.
It breaks it down into bite-sized pieces for someone who is creating his first giant mock. Austiff, I'm sorry, did not mean to interrupt.
No, you're good. Because it's
your floor.
You may know there is a newly formed lug called the Girth Lug. And maybe I could put a little message out to a special social media platform called Discord.
Yeah.
And get everyone inside the Discord going.
That'd be fun. And we could also join in and build a 16 by 16 for you to stack into that. How fun would that be for you to see your vision for all these people to help you?
That'd be
It's got to be Austin. It's got to be Austiff run though. If Austiff isn't running it, then we're not doing it.
100%. You are correct.
Yeah. No one's taking that over.
I might have to, that might actually take the cake for Naboo, getting everyone involved. That'd be fun.
Oh no. Where'd it go? I have the worst close calls ever, but that's okay.
What is the Girth Lug? Girth Lug is the lug ran by Sean and Brent over on a couple of brickheads.
Well, tell me this then. What is Tainted
Girth
Lug?
Lug would have to do Naboo 100% because that's their jam for sure.
Oh, dude, Austiff, what if you create? All right, proposing an idea. You can accept or reject. It's totally up to you. Mm-hmm. You build that base model that you want to build for Naboo, and then you come up with a standard for adding other buildings to it. Naboo for Girth Lug, like you build that main square. And then the palace and all the other shops and the streets and all the other stuff like builds up behind it. I think Girth Lug would be into that.
Yes. All I have to say in response is damn you for 2 good ideas.
For sure. Yeah.
Hey, there's so much time. How many days left till Brickworld Chicago? You are the one who always knows this.
I got you.
317.
Do you want it for, public days or private days starting?
Private days, sir.
Private
days? To setup day.
2 days before that when I move in.
So 330 days till private days. And then so 328
days till I move in.
28. Yeah.
322 till what? Till you come to town?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
We got a guest room, sir. You gonna come? You gonna come compete?
If it's going on at that exact time, because what Brickworld's taking place at the same time it does, but it's just later in the month. It feels.
It's the same number week every year.
Yeah. But it just lands on.
It's Father's Day weekend.
Yeah, just the month of June next year. It's just the dates are all like the numbers are all shifted.
It cycles back.
Yeah, the first day,
the end of the month,
Monday or something.
Which thank God, which gave us an extra week. Which Ben is always asking for 2, but he gets 1 this year. So
I'm always trying to get 2. Yeah. Well, I already told you. I feel like I gotta come big, and on top of that, I'm involved in like 3 collabs. So you know.
Yeah, one of them is ours, right?
Done. Well, yeah.
Are you counting that one?
And actually, yes. And then my family thinks they want a special collab. Yeah, Twin Lug, Eurobricks,
cute.
Mark and Ben. Oh, technically, I got the Tonya collab. That's 4.
Holy
and then my
shit.
kids are like, you need to build a zoo. We need to build a zoo. I'm like, only if it's a people's zoo, but I don't think they're going for that. So.
You've been wanting that for a long time.
Yes,
it will.
Have.
You got clout now. So, sir, you need to start using your clout to make this sort of thing happen. If you guys don't know what clout Ben has.
Don your medieval hoodie and raise your flagon, 'cause Ben built a castle and a leg day dragon. But it's not about those builds or that he builds faster. His lifetime of work makes him a Brickworld master.
This year's Brickworld master is this guy, the guy on my left, everybody's favorite host, Mr. Ben Howard.
Ben won Brickworld Master, it's about freaking time. Ben is a Brickworld Master, the achievement of a lifetime. He built chunkified mechs, disgusting computer tech, soaring orange juggernauts, and beefy bathing astronauts. Yeah! Ben won Brickworld Master. Yeah! Ben won Brickworld Master. Yeah!
I'm glad I wasn't at medieval times this time. Mark and I do a live stream, as everybody knows, where I'll probably be able to get more of this out. I'm not much of a public speaker, very introverted. We talk about that.
Oops. I turned it off a little bit too fast. Itchy trigger finger. Yeah. But we almost got to the end of it. The song's not done. I can just let it play in the future when I actually finish that. But there we go. Whew. All right. Where is people? All right. Well, 2027, sir. I'll make the theme of 2027 People Zoo. And we'll go on from there. All right. Yeah, so here's our messy ass. Here's our very messy close call for the evening. So we're starting with Animal Crossing. What new Animal Crossing New Horizons set would you like to see? And here are the options. It's Harv's Island, which also has many campers on it, like Reese and Cyrus, which are alpacas, which are fun characters. In case you're not into Animal Crossing, would you like to have an alpaca as a character mold? You have Red's ship, and you also have Paradise Planning, which has these fun characters, not the bird in the center, but the otter, Lottie, Pascal's sister, and whoever this monkey is, and Wardell, who is a manatee. Do you want that or do you not want that? What do you want from these 3 sets?
Top left.
This is 3 sets because there are 4 pictures.
I know, because so on Harv's Island here on the left, the first 2 go together. Harv's Island, there's many campers there like Reese and Cyrus.
So the alpacas with that go with Harv,
You've got it. You've got
the
it.
guy with the cool Fu Manchu.
Mm-hmm.
They've already done that one not so great boat set. Would this boat set be more betterer? Because that's kind of what I feel like they should do is make a good boat set.
It's more of a ship, and I think they could, and they'd have a fox with it, and all the art pieces, perhaps a statue, maybe the statue of David that you can turn around and make it Buttland.
Well, they're not making that. However, that's the one I'd go with. I want a better ship.
Good call. Austiff, do you have any bearing on this at all?
Yes. I told you I never
that's
played
right.
New Horizon. I've
your Switch got blown up in the meth lab explosion. I forgot.
Much. Yeah.
Like day one of having it, wasn't it? Austiff was like the first day
I didn't
you
get
had
to
it.
open it yet.
Man.
I don't mean to laugh at that. Why am I laughing so hard at that?
It's fine, dude. I can go with red. Red ship.
Nice. Yep.
Right.
I don't disagree. There we go.
Ship
Thank
would
you.
come with some cool printed art pieces, hopefully.
Yep. I also hope that.
Yeah, so lots of people are feeling red today.
Oh, hey, it's jumping back and forth quite a bit. So we got Paradise Planning, which I misspelled, and then Harv's Island. Now we're back to Paradise Planning. They don't want the ship? All right, fine. But if they don't know Animal Crossing, they wouldn't know all the details from this. These are Nintendo tips from Mark for the first two, at least. Yolex says that it's very sad about your Switch.
Yeah.
His garage blew up, though.
The house.
His garage is gone, and one wall of his house, and there was a baby involved in this.
They moved out. There was no babies.
There was no baby on the property at the time. Jesse Fucking Brick says the llamas and Paradise Planning can take a hiker. I ain't working for peanuts anymore.
I mean,
I love Jazzy.
What are you working for? What are you working for, Jazzy? You're working for bells and turnips.
She's working to not get banned because she's got a mouth and it gets her banned. Karma's Loving Backhand says, always vote for the shifty pirate bro. That's a vote for Red Fox right there. Yeah.
Can Jazzy still get banned? Or
yes.
is Jazzy exempt from being banned ever again?
Bearded Brickman, I thought I liked you.
No one's
exempt. El Goff says, I don't know the line, but I always go with the ships. There you go. See, there's reasons, right? You either like the animal molds or you like the idea of the set in general. 9 seconds left on this poll.
Anybody
Red
else
Ship is
voting
winning.
for anything weird? Good.
Nope. Red Ship wins it with 43%. I don't disagree at all.
The only set I want is this.
You're being David Cornsweat. Again, I don't disagree, sir. All right, next question. And because
a sweaty statue. That's what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
A sweaty bust.
The Animal Crossing line. I was hoping Copper Valor would be here, but we got some Animal Crossing fans in the chat. And Ben, help me out with the comments in case there's anything I'm not missing. There's anything I'm missing, I meant. Because they've branded all of these as Animal Crossing and not Animal Crossing New Horizons, I have this question for the chat, for Tonya of the Tainted. What Animal Crossing set we'd like to see? Because these are buildings from other games and characters from other games that do not appear in New Horizons, but they're clearly making
Post office. We have a chant from Austiff for the post office, which comes with 3 pelicans. And then we also have Gracie Grace, who has a boutique where she makes specialized clothing. This is not the interior of her shop. This is something that was made in the DLC, the Paradise Planning DLC. But this is the outside of her shop. She's part of a what we call in the city a walk-up, where her business is on the first floor and her home, her condo is on the second floor. There's a nice fountain out front. There's a bunch of other NPCs here. And there's also Club 101, the comedy club where Dr. Shrunk does his comedy routine. So out of these 3...
That guy's name is Dr. Shrunk? What the heck
Dr.
is he?
Shrunk, he's a Quetzalcoatl.
Okay.
Club is
Sure.
anything other than a whole set.
Some guy Austiff wants the post office now, baby. The Pelicans deliver the mail as opposed to, the storks delivering babies. Pelicans deliver mail, apparently.
Yeah, there's no pelicans in New Horizons, and so that's like the big controversy is the dodos took over the post office. It just sits at the front desk of the airport post office.
Yeah.
And Brick That Builds, your audio went out. Brick That Builds, your audio went out. What were you saying?
Yes, test. Can you hear me?
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, repeat your comment about Club 101.
Well, I was saying that Club 101 seems more like a fun hole set than
it does, doesn't it? You're not wrong. I love that. Even though like you're kind of a brand ambassador, you're still calling it Fun Hole, even though they're like Lumination brick, Lumi bricks.
Lumi bricks, yes.
Lumi bricks.
Yeah, I am an affiliate for them, but I looked at the technical aspects of it, not necessarily the design or themes aspects of it. So I'm just as critical as anybody else can be of them.
Dude, all right. Jazzy Viking Bricks likes the post office, which I have a tendency to stick towards what Jazzy Viking Bricks wants because I adore her. But look at this. Karma's Loving Backhand is an Animal Crossing fan. He says the comedy club has the most versatility. Hey, look at you, Animal Crossing fan. We had no idea.
Jazzy is riding with me till the very end, I see.
Alphonse is with you too. He says the Pelican mold is a must.
Welcome to the island. You've made the cut.
Who's this guy? Ben already brought that up. Sorry. Why is We're Not Professionals still up on the screen?
I don't know, because we're not actually going to get to choose. Just keep that in mind.
Oh, okay.
But we will tell you, what the best option is.
We will.
Post office now, post office now, post office now. This Austiff guy won't give it up. Stud Sidious just says, what's up, yo? Brick Dead Builds just says Gracie. Okay.
Yes, I would really like the giraffe, and I like the walk up.
He wants the giraffe.
And I like having the idea of being able to have more torsos that are Animal Crossing related clothing. Yes, thank you, Brick Dead Builds. I agree with you.
Bye.
Yeah.
Post office is winning its. Yes, post office is winning at 64%. And by the way, with the Pelicans, you get a love triangle.
If any of you guys like cold porn, you already like this.
Will.
I want Mailhouse with Birds Poppy. I've graduated from Pookie to Poppy. This is great.
Yeah, you're Poppy.
I get called that a lot.
Oh,
not by me.
That's a different conversation for a different stream.
Sure.
I love this. Al Goff, you're not wrong.
He looks like he just consumed what my neighbors tried to make.
They made a Quetzalcoatl. An anthropomorphic figure was a bad call, I think.
Jazzy, I think you might be right here.
I think you are right, actually.
Yeah,
I did this real fast again.
LOL. Not Club 101.
Post office wins either way.
Yes!
Listen, we've banned for less Jazzy Viking Bricks.
Much less.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. You're right on the edge here, Jazzy, of correcting Mark on something that maybe is not obvious to everybody, but
obvious to all. But I grew up with Q101, so I was like, yeah, it's the radio station. They have a comedy club.
What did I do now? You corrected us poor imbeciles who were thinking, yeah, Club 101, that sounds fine.
That makes sense.
Obvious Club LOL. Jeez,
right.
Dumb.
Next question. Does Lego produce too many blues?
Yes. Slay post office.
Yes,
is this a real
post
question?
Office gang. Yes.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
They have not. There's not enough blues.
The options are too many, and funny enough, you should say not enough.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this is going to be a close call. But as I'm trying to create a super mega colossagon
Yep.
for our collaborative, they don't produce all the parts I need for that in one blue, but they do produce it in 5 blues. Copper, you just missed all the Animal Crossing questions.
So the question I have, Mark, about color, is they have enough blues. They just don't have enough pieces produced in them.
No kidding. And I have 2 blues that they don't actually produce, but I picked up through Legoland, and don't match anything that they actually put in sets.
They have a couple blues that are on the roster they never use. First of all, they never use Maersk blue anymore.
No.
That one's like out. And then they had like this medium blue color that they almost never use now. Like the
it's in here.
Right, I see it, and they still do use it. Like there was a Cinderella's magic wagon cart coach thing that used it, but it's almost never used. And it used to be kind of the only other blue color. They had regular blue, light blue, and dark blue, and that was basically it. Now they've added all the azure shades and like that light aqua color, and they brought teal back. So now they have a bunch more colors, but they have a couple out there that they just simply don't produce anymore too.
The question is, do they make enough gold?
No.
There's
I'm sorry,
shades
yes.
of gold, right? The drum lacquered and the regular.
They make more than enough gold. So I just want to show this tonight. Karma's Loving Backhand is number 1 with crown. Number 2 is Alphonse. Let's see, where is he at? There he is. And number 3 is Mr. Algoff himself, the pirate badass of the Lego world, with the bronze crown. Fitting, because I think bronze would be his favorite color out of the 3.
We need more blue.
I had to concede my position to participate this evening. So,
yeah, Brick Dad Builds and Brick Babe, we're fighting for the crown on Wednesday night for the Animal Crossing stream that we run. All right, so we are at a minute and some odd seconds, because a minute and 2 seconds, but not enough is winning at 87%. So I'm pretty sure we can just go ahead and end this one. End poll. Not enough wins at 87%. I can't help but agree with that.
Interesting.
Blue, my favorite color.
Trying to incorporate more blues in my large scale MOCs. We don't see enough blue. Jazzy Vikenbrick says they need to bring back Earth Blue, I think it's called. Not a Bricklink color or a Lego color, because it sounds like a Lego color to me, which means it's nonsense.
Earth Blue is dark blue.
Okay.
Blue has actually been in controversy lately because there's a new blue that they are trying to correct the colors on and get them to match up. So there's some blue controversy of colors not matching.
Are they going to retcon it like they did with trans black and trans brown and call it old regular blue and new regular blue?
Yes.
Old
new
Coke
blue,
and new Coke C1 and C2, Coke Classic, one of those nonsenses. Clever Pig says, I love the Colgate Winter Fresh plus Tartar control. That's my favorite blue shade.
Tartar.
So, yeah, I think in the old one. Tartar, yeah, the tartar. So they got the fancy fancy Colgate swirl that's got that mint. I think it's kind of light aqua-ish blue color in it.
So since Austiff was our guest host tonight, and he's a Star Wars guy, I thought I would ask this question. Was the sail barge really the center of our lives? The options are not at all, or whatever the other option is, because not at all is winning at 100% so far. Yeah, this appeared to disappoint a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, we talked about this, right? We did a whole episode on this, and we talked about it being a decent set and having a lot of the features that we liked, but it was, and I think we were pretty specific with this, it is very brown. Yeah, that's what it is. It looks like a giant brown thing.
Just came out
Was
of my
this
toilet.
one?
A
Is
turd.
the new one better than the original?
Yes.
I mean,
And I know
yes.
that's one that's been brought. That question's been brought up extensively. Of did we need it at this level, or was the old one still good enough
Good enough.
that we could have got something else?
Oh, we've had plenty of those, though. You know.
Look, the real set of our lives is Jango Fett Slave 1 UCS. That is a set of our lives.
Fire spray.
Fire Spray,
the
Fire
Jango
Spray
Fett-
31, my bad.
Whatever. Yeah. They gave
Nah,
it a
it's
whole
not. It's not your
different
bad.
long title.
It's not on you.
It's the Slave One. Damn it.
It's the best set I've ever built, and it will forever retain that.
That's interesting.
Hmm.
Hard to believe
I
you
like
could
Nate's
claim
one.
that now without knowing better. Let's see here.
For it to be used, was that?
Just a mold for you to look at.
Oh my. A blurb. I have spoken.
What is that?
It's a blurb.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I need.
very nice.
We'll talk to you offline.
Oh, yes.
Let's see here. Al says blue pirates aren't very menacing though. Jazzy back on the blue says I found a dark blue that's not as dark as the regular dark blue. We'll get to Kevin builds in a moment here.
Yep.
Bearded Brickman says the upcoming Black Pearl set will be the set of our lives. Nate Build says they should have included the Desert Skiff with the UCS sail barge. Yeah, because you had to go out and buy that one. It cost you another $80. Oh, shocker! When they released the ATST or the AT-AT, then they also sold all of those speeder bike minifig packs so that you could put more snowtroopers inside the AT-AT. You know, almost like Lego had that planned. I don't know. Let's see. Fire Spray sounds like a great name for a gay club. Okay,
You're not wrong.
Jango Fett Slave 1 UCS was too good. I don't know that it was, that much. I guess I prefer the color scheme of the Boba Fett version better myself. Let's see here. It's great to finally see what Brick Dead Builds looks like. His minifig looks just like him. So we got that going for us.
It's true. It does, and I am, yes.
Yeah, if you want to
Thank you. I appreciate that.
If they won't politically call it the Slave 1, Fire Spray is definitely the proper ship name.
Yep,
But yeah, I guess they can. It's kind of interesting that they included the word Fire Spray in some. It's not in the official product name though. Let's see here. Yes, we got some more things about this. I guess I would say that it'd be a great name for a fireman gay bar. Let's see here.
Which I would be
More
at
of a
every
minifig-
weekend of my life. Oh wait, what?
Yeah.
Sorry, who said something?
I know, I'm getting you a
headphone
calendar
went
for
out.
Christmas.
Nope. I'm more of a minifig vending machine kind of guy for Set of Our Lives. And then we got Nintendo NES was the set of the life. That's what got me back into Lego. So there we go.
Nice.
Now, Mark, if I, went to like a JC Penney's for like a, the family photo shoot and I wore a fireman costume and made it a calendar, would you buy it?
Yes. You're talking about Olin Mills.
Of course
I
you
would do
would. That's
this.
ridiculous.
1000%. Yeah.
And Mills, yes.
He'd support
Olin
you
Mills, baby.
as a fireman.
Yeah.
It would I would just go to Ruby's Costumes and just buy a little fireman costume.
Yeah, no. I'm all in. Why? Why do you even need to ask?
Yeah.
Hold up.
All right, so we have a new member.
Yes, we do. It's Kevin Builds.
All right,
Welcome.
so we're gonna do this.
Kevin, welcome.
We're going to because Ben needs a video for every song. We are going to
Right, a video for every song. Yeah.
There we go. And here is the new member song.
Us on Think Outside the Block. where Lego bills break conventional locks. You've joined Pareidolia, now you can see faces where they shouldn't be. Members unite in the comments now. Speak walrus, crocodile, goat and cow. Inanimate smiles, Blockoverse to explore. $1.99 for wonders galore. See the progress on our MOCs. Have you heard about the adventures of Darsock? Join us to see a creative burst. Stick around to explore the Blockoverse.
All right, there we go. Good job, Ben.
What are you talking about? I didn't do anything.
Ben, you killed that. I was
sitting here innocently enjoying the Austiff air trombone, and I had to go.
Oh no!
I had to. I was like, yes, give me the Austiff air trombone 100%.
That was great. We got some time. So I do want to say to people who are joining us for the first time tonight, if you heard some, I don't know, some banter about the existence of a Blockoverse, I can help you figure out what that's about with this very short 47-second song.
Welcome to Blockoverse, no souls around. Cheap sights and sounds, no life to be found. Photoshop toys on twin Siamese. Fathers and sons making IEDs. Welcome to the Blockoverse, everyone is checked. Water slides are funny, hands are grotesque. Car pest police, house cake topped off. Minnie's passed out, her head's popped off. Welcome to the Blockoverse, where dreams distort. Bad Photoshop, orphans in an eastern port.
Oh, fun times.
We got to go back into the Blockoverse sometime soon.
Again, so everyone knows we are not professionals.
We are not professionals at all.
All I know is if you guys can send me the previous song, I'm going to see if I can't recreate it on my trombone.
Oh, hell yes. Oh, hell yes.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if I can do it.
The new member song has been roasting for a year or more at this point.
It's an absolute banger.
Thank you.
Jazzy loves Blockoverse. Stud Sidious is still remembering the good old
Cherry Vitality Beach
water park, where he did find that set in a Goodwill somewhere.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Yep.
Oh, good. I guess I missed it. But yeah, Stud's been out for a while, so it's good to see him back.
Very good to see him back. Glad you're doing better. Glad you're healing. Thank you for being here. You and Al Goff can probably have some conversations, although his is 10 times worse than what you went through. Not that we're judging or keeping score on that. No. But very similar issues. Anyway. Hey, Ben.
Yeah.
Would you say that the fact that next week we probably won't be producing a show is a mistake?
You know, Mark, I don't want to say that. And the reason I don't want to say that is, well, first of all, Bob Ross, our hero, our mentor, says there are no mistakes, only happy accidents. We are taking a break from our Lego-ness for some mental health reasons. I'm going to a comedy show to enjoy myself. And you are taking your mom to Utah for the ability to see the Milky Way, I believe, is the whole goal here, is to be able to look up into the sky and see something cool.
Before she dies. Yeah.
Before she dies.
Austiff Bricks just joined as a member.
What? I think he just wants to hear the song again.
Which song you want?
We're trying to wrap up though.
Okay, because he's Austiff and he gets what he wants.
Yeah, he does.
All right, so let's
Play that
see.
new
Hold
member
on.
song again, or are we going to close out on it?
Oh no! We're gonna play it again, and then we'll play out on the song because we can't close out on just an audio track.
No.
So Ben, you control the video of this, and we'll just go ahead and hit this. And it's longer, so let him cook. Here we go.
This is like I need a.
Post the gold when you like our marks. If you're mad, then you should post the crock. Post the cow to proclaim only cow. The walrus is an order. Post it now. Outside the box. You try to think outside the box. Think outside the box. Day.
Boom.
Starts over.
Yes.
I turned the loop off, so thankfully.
Oh, okay.
You're welcome. Let's see here. Utah's wonderful. Go to Versamirde and Cortez Co, whatever that is, county probably. If you are close to the eastern edge of Utah, that sounds fun.
We're going to Bryce Canyon and Zion to do the stargazing tours and the rappelling. I don't know how I'm going to get through the rappelling. I have a deep fear of heights, which I love roller coasters. I love going to skyscrapers. I didn't realize I had a fear of heights until I went to Kuala Lumpur. And between Petronas Towers, they have like the sky bridge, and I fell to my knees because there was nothing underneath me, and I couldn't help it. And now I realize that I'm afraid of it, which I can't control because I love the views and I love being in those height situations. So it surprised me that I can't physically go through those. So we'll see how rappelling goes for me.
It may be different for you because you are tied in and connected, which I've had some people that had fears of heights that have had problems with that. So actually being tied in has made a difference for some of them. So best of luck.
Maybe,
I wish
but
the
you have
best
to
for
like
you.
drop yourself backwards over the cliff, and I'm like, I watched the video, and I'm like, I don't know.
Just know these two things will work: guide hand, brake hand. Whenever you're going down, you're for descent, breathe out. Then
they break us, so we only have to guide. We don't have to brake.
Someone else. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Someone else is braking for me.
He's strapped in. Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. We'll
You'll
see
be
how I
good.
do.
Just breathe.
Right. Fair
Just
enough.
know the first time I went into a plane, Mark, I was told to jump out of it.
Okay. I would not be able to do that. Okay.
You can. It's a mental game. Be like, dude, is this height gonna beat me? No. Just beat a height, dude. Just beat
I like
a height.
that. I like that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So, Mark, we were about to wrap up the show, and then Austiff became a member, and we had to play the new member song again, and there was lots of dancing, all this other stuff. Would you say all of that nonsense was a mistake, Mark?
No, hell no. That was awesome.
Yeah, it was merely a happy accident.
So you know what I want to end on
as our
tonight?
mentor. We're still not ending because Mark's got something else to put in here. It's the best song. You're going to leave the one that's in there? Because I like that one.
No, because we talked about this all night. And I want to end on the song, my favorite song, about our new best friend, who we tried to, and I can't find it. So give me a minute.
Yep, well, I can do it. I can do it.
Talk. I got it. Bye.
Okay.
Mark made a new best friend when Jazzy Viking Bridge joined the Tainted. She likes Lego and Animal Crossing too. Makes amazing comments all the way through. She makes them laugh, lights up the chat, making fun comments until the show is wrapped. Then why did Mark banter like a total effing jerk and delete all the comments like an evil effing jerk? Mark and Jazzy Viking bricks like a total effing jerk. What the F is wrong with him? That total effing jerk.
I think I just accidentally banned somebody. Jazzy Viking Bricks was banned? No. Their comments were removed? Jesus.
How do you unban somebody?
I don't know. I don't know. Crap.
How'd you do that?
I don't know.
Seriously?
What the hell just happened? Oh my god. This is terrible. This is so... How did this happen?
This is the worst thing we've done.
Yo, I don't even know how... I don't know.
Poor Jazzy.
And we love her.
Mark tried to impress her by choosing Series 9. She voiced her opinion, and Mark fell in line. His face lights up when she shows up. Loves every comment, bringing each one up. Then why did Mark banter like it's total effing jerk and delete all her comments like an evil effing jerk? Mark said why we do this like total effing jerks. Then said you got weed, you total effing jerk.
And then barf in the bad way that we...
Could you please stop saying we banter? I don't want to hear that again.
Mark and Jazzy Viking bricks like total effing jerk. What the F is wrong with him? That total effing jerk. That total effing jerk. That total effing jerk. That total effing jerk.